So last time,
I have like a long recap, like a last.
yeah,
Please.
yeah. What was going on? Let's see here.
He
So-
was last here during my first session.
We
Oh,
were
when we
like,
about killed you?
Really?
we're fighting fire monsters and stuff.
Mm-hmm. We were still at the pagoda.
You guys knocked. So you were still there when the big salamander thing like fell back down the hole, right?
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Okay, cool. So since that point, you guys looked at the option of chasing the thing down the hole. It obviously started regenerating as it fell down to the bottom, and very woundedly started to limp away out of sight because you were staring down at those of you that were close enough. You were staring down at it from this burrow that it had created, and it skimmered away. You're not sure where it went. It's underground somewhere. And you decided not to pursue in your extremely wounded states, with several of your party members exhibiting negative behavior traits, like attacking each other or being evil looking. There's a couple of guilty looks on the team's face right now from that comment. You retreated back to the cemetery, took your rest. Several of you having deep discussions about what was going on during that time. A lot of the next session that you missed, Casey, was just full roleplay. And conversations about what's going on, what Margot is seeing with her true sight in the space around you, being like a clash of elemental forces between like this fire that seems to be coming from the pagoda kind of wrapping around a sphere of repelling influence around the cemetery. And you guys all took your long rests, everybody leveled up. Casey, I sent you a message in the Discord about what I did and did not show to the team based on your level up. So you discussed alternatives of how to go in. You went back to the pagoda to try to reassault it after you were well rested and found it swarmed with monsters. A bunch of random rolls are going on right now to determine what it is that you guys are encountering along the way. And just all the dice happened to go in a way that there was a new small little army there. You guys didn't feel like dealing with that first thing, so you backed up to the cemetery, had some more discussion. Margot connected with a spirit of here. I'm just gonna go back and reactivate the cemetery right now.
No, it was a goose spirit. That's what I was thinking of.
Goose God. Get it right.
It wasn't just a goose spirit.
Yeah, so part of what happened is Margot used her spiritual abilities to reach out and connect with the person who this largest shrine had been dedicated to. His name was Zat Wakir Mel, and he was a champion of the... let's see here. There we go. He was a champion of the water elemental forces in the world. He traveled around being a hero, basically, until his final rest. A blue-based lion. There's a bit of a puzzle. He, after Margot's conversation with him and gaining a little bit of his favor, she transported back into the cemetery, back to the current space, and she had a scroll of stone shape in her hand that wasn't there before. After that, you guys went back to the pagoda, saw the monsters, came back, weren't sure what was going to go on, and then as Yaslin and Margot used Yaslin's temporary flight ability to try and go and scope things, they said, okay, don't touch the stone sword that's in between these dog statues. There's a flat piece of stone with like an outward carving of a very fancy sword, and that was where like all the thieves camped and the magic detect, and there was a poem on the big on the big gravestone that belonged to Zatwaki Mill. And all of it, this entire space seemed to be giving attention to this location. You also figured out that that location was what was permeating kind of this like restrictive bubble that was like pushing back the natural fire that was, or the unnatural fire that was coming out from all these elementals in the pagoda. Yaslin and Margot left to go search for alternate routes, maybe into the mountain. They said, don't touch anything. As soon as they left, they touched things. and Dro ultimately used the scroll of stone shape to reach his hand into the stone down to about armpit length. He was able to pull out a long, cold sword. And it was from in front of the lion's dude's grave, and as he pulled it out of that stone that had like the carving upward of the sword itself, as he pulled it out, it flattened into a completely smooth surface. And let's see here. This is what it looks like in the magic item compendium, and then Troy used some mid-journey stuff to generate a few alternative options, which were fantastic, which are a little further up in the chat.
I like the compendium hilt, though. It's really nice.
Yeah, the compendium hilt does make me happy, but I like the blade work on your first image there quite a bit. So, let's see, and then we did that, and then we panned back to Margot and Yaslin flying around looking for alternative things. Yaslin got a really good view of the land and what was going on. Saw some fiery I'm finding the wrong thing. Saw some fiery dancing types that were kind of leading the fray of like expanding the flames around the mountain. Just kind of gleeful in their pattern of destruction. Very much so dancing and almost ballerina-esque as they went through and scorched things and lit everything else. The rolls determined that a couple of different types of swarms of mephits, tiny little, innocuous by themselves, elementals showed up in mass, 16 of them, and they managed to summon 5 more of themselves as well. And so the last session was basically a swarm battle that is not quite yet complete. And that is where we are now. And Yaslin has been detecting for a few rounds the build-up on like a rumbling pressure. Nora got this too. Rumbling pressure, which you've heard before, just much further away, as a new gout of steam like blasted into the air. And going back over to this map here, you get this little blue circle up here. That's the location where about the graveyard is, where the other 4 of you are back. You're about 15 minutes walk down from the pagoda. And over here, I guess I'll draw a new space over here as well. This is the area that the steam is spewing up from now. And as it spews up, a few new elementals pop out as well. Steam elementals this time, associating with the hot air pressure. And it begins to build up in the sky, mixing partially between like smoke-filled sky and steam-filled sky. But it looks like it's beginning to threaten to do its reign again, which you guys have seen before. And so, at the moment, you guys are still in the middle of the battle going on.
Okay, I have
Here.
one question.
Yeah, question, and people feel free to fill in gaps if I missed anything.
So, Margot connected to the lion dude spiritually, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What did he say?
That's an excellent question. Margot described that there was a threat to his realm. Fire was threatening the realm of water here. And he was cryptic. He didn't want to give any direct answers. But, he's an NPC. It's what they do. But he did describe Fire's innate tenacity to focus on one thing at a time. Like, whatever it is that they're going for, they're going at it with full force and probably not paying attention to anything else.
Okay, cool.
Kind of indicating that they're possibly being blindsided isn't quite the right term, but it's like they're blinded to alternate.
Narrow-minded, something like that.
Narrow-minded, yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Okay, cool. So, Dro took his sword unwillingly. You guys weren't supposed to be touching stuff, and then Dro reached in and took a sword.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So-
Not like unwillingly.
That's just aggressive.
So when the girls left and flew off, they said, wait for us to come back to use the scroll. Dro was hesitant on using it entirely because it was a cleric scroll, so only he could read it, and he's not very well cleric. So
that
he
was the whole
went
thing too.
and talked to somebody, he don't know who, asking two questions. One, does he have permission to take it? And two, what was the other one? I don't remember what the other one was. Something about how he's able to do what he can do with this cleric stuff, I think. Morgan, correct me if I'm wrong.
This is metagame level stuff for everybody else,
Yeah.
but from Dro's perspective, he reached out to his deity for the first time, even though he has absolutely no idea what the deity is or who it is or what they do. He don't know. He just knows there's a connection because reasons. So he touched that for the first time and got a basic permission of yeah, you can, and then decided to use the scroll. Yeah, so that was one of the challenges that scroll was only readable to somebody who could cast the spell, and that was the only person that could in the party was Dro.
Did the scroll lead to the sword? Is that kind of... Yes.
Yeah, so in
Reach in and grab the sword out.
Yeah, in a roundabout way, the spirit gave Margot the scroll and therefore permission to figure out the trap, or figure out the puzzle.
Okay.
There was no trap.
Not like our rules.
We lost our wave rider too.
Oh yeah.
That's
In
the
the wave
burning
launcher.
building.
Yeah, I think you were still there for that part, but it got dropped, and then the building collapsed when Fuzz exploded. So yeah, it's under rubble. It's possible to go get it back, maybe.
And burning for 24 hours.
Yeah. With no magic in it anymore.
It's fine. It's a magical metal device.
Yaslin tried to use the sword too, but wasn't able to at the time. But possibly with focus or something. But at the first time she tried to use it, it burned her or something.
Yeah,
I
it cold
think-
burned her.
Yeah, I think I did roll an Arcana on it and really figured I had to spend time with it or something.
Oh,
I think I'm all caught up.
the other thing, Dro and Margot caught glimpses of elementals fighting. So earth and wind fighting fire.
Yeah, that okay. That's a. Pardon me while I get those tokens out.
Earth, wind, and fire.
Which
Yep.
was
So
abnormal.
Dro. Let's see here. Dro spied very clearly these three elementals fighting up in the sky above the clouds, and you guys have caught like small glimpses of this over like the last month and a half of session or something, like of little something fighting. The first time you guys saw it, like I described it as birds because it wasn't a very high roll and you guys were really far away. But as you get closer now with like this heightened state of awareness and like head on a swivel type attitude, Dro caught very clearly three immensely powerful elementals fighting it out above the clouds, and it was a 2-on-1. One of them being a fire elemental versus what you guys have determined to be an earth elemental and a wind elemental. And before you guys had your long rest, it was pretty evenly matched against in that scenario in the 2v1. After you guys woke up from your long rest, the favor is tilting in favor of the solo fighter. The fire elemental is getting more powerful and beginning to push back the other two there on the back foot a bit. And Dro also pointed out that water was nowhere to be seen. And that little creepy face that Dro saw and smacked on top of the pagoda, this guy here, ignore the space background though, seems to be hovering around fire, almost like some sort of lackey. And Dro or somebody did a history check, and very basic information about elementals is that there's opposing planes to them. Like water and fire are opposing elements. They typically like clash against each other. Wind and earth are opposing elements as well, and they usually fight against one another. Cool. So now I think we've got up.
When did you see those? Or most recently? Or like where and when, kind of?
Sure. The first time he saw them very clearly was when you guys were leaving the pagoda after defeating the salamander, and coming down back to take some rest in the cemetery. So at this point, he saw them for the first time clearly, late in the night, and it's kind of like mid-ish morning now after you guys took your long rest, had some discussions, and then like are having this battle. So he saw it as like a giant gust of wind like blew apart a sphere of smoke in the sky and saw the three of them very clearly at that time. And then he checked on them again once you guys woke up.
And then we don't have any hints on where the salamander went at this point.
You did determine that he most likely, like the way that Nora saw him run off was about in a kind of a southeasterly direction, which technically is the direction of the graveyard, but you don't know if that's significant or not.
Sure. And the graveyard, like you showed in the other picture, is just kind of below the volcano.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. And it's all kind of not on fire because of this fire god. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and with the sword, you guys figured out that the sword is the one that's been repelling like the flames from keeping it from coming into the graveyard. But you also figured out that that aura has been here for so long that like all of the items in the graveyard have their own miniature version of that aura. So like taking the sword doesn't put this place in danger. It does like retract the sphere of influence to get closer to the graveyard, but it doesn't actually do anything. It doesn't actually get close enough to burn any headstones or anything.
Does that mean that the sword has a tiny sphere of influence around it?
It does.
Okay. I like that. And so now we're fighting 16 elemental guys.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Cool. So, Dro, did you have your turn last time or no?
Yep. We ended on my turn. After my turn.
After your turn. Cool. Dro and Seamus, I need both of you to recast your darkness spells, please. And don't, consume spells.
Off of each other.
Yeah,
Actually,
Oh
off of
my
each
God.
other.
And darkness has resumed!
Whoa.
Oh!
Yes. I played around with some things today, and we now have a couple of better animations.
Now I
You
will
guys can't see squat, can you?
No.
All right,
Yeah,
that's-
not for this.
Well, that's appropriate for some of you, but not all of you. So let me see if I can mess with that slightly.
Yeah, because I should be able to see through this right now.
Yeah. Okay, try it again.
I cast a spell again.
Yeah. Should be slightly see-through this time. There we go.
Yeah, I can see through kind of, yeah.
Oh, it does get more difficult
Oh,
when they're overlapped.
That middle area looks rough.
I'm gonna leave it just
But
like
I can
that.
I can see that there's icons. I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah,
see,
you can.
and I can hover, so we're fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There
What are
goes my
stats
camera.
effects? I've got like a heart with an arrow, and I
Oh, yep.
blind.
Oh, you're aided.
Aided.
Yep,
okay.
you are aided, so you've got 10 temporary HP.
I think it's 10
um,
max.
Yep, excuse me, 10 max HP. So, yeah, Leo, you've taken a few hits, but I think you're supposed to be... Yeah, we realized that that max HP overrides were not working last session. So you're supposed to be at 41 out of 63.
Okay. I'll just do 41 out of 53 plus the 10 under.
Okay, sounds good.
I can't change my max, so.
Yeah, right. So that's being a little weird. So yeah, you've got
just
that little...
stoking up there.
Oh yeah. Kenji's been a badass. So the little hooded character, that's Pass Without a Trace, which you guys still have on you. Kenji's blinded because the smoke methods can blow like a cone of blinding, and he's currently blinded. And he's taken some hits, but technically he's still uninjured because you give him 7 temporary HP every short rest, and he's resistant to fire and has been doing really well in his saving throws. So he's taken like 4 hits and has only taken 6 damage. So he's still got temp HP. So he hasn't even touched his actual health pile yet.
He's a little rock.
Yeah, little tank man.
Also, Morgan, Pass Without a Trace has dropped because of darkness.
Oh, is it a concentration?
Yeah.
All right, everybody should be able to right click and then like take it off of themselves. And yeah, I've been doing a lot more with like the status icons because I'm tired of using this random crap for random crap.
Pass without a trace, the ping combat thing?
No, Pass
Oh, am I
Without a
too far
Trace.
away?
No, it's not on Nor for some reason, which
I
it
was just saying,
shouldn't
I
be.
think it's a 30, isn't it a 30-foot radius or something weird?
Well,
Sorry,
It's
I'm
30,
close.
it's 30 feet when you start it, but then as long as you're still concentrating on it, it doesn't matter how far you spread out.
Point is, mine's off.
Yep, yours is off. Also, Nora, you destroyed him, but the fire elementals did try to, or they did successfully do it, but they didn't destroy your gun. They cast heat metal on your firearm, and I rolled for it, and it did not explode.
I'm excited about not exploding guns, that's good.
Yep. So you quickly dispatched the one that did that to your gun. So your gun is now, your pepper box is on the ground. It is pick-upable. But I don't think you have it in your possession at the moment.
No.
Okay.
She did pick it up as a free action.
Okay, never mind.
Did she get shot at all? Because I logged on to stinking D&D Beyond and it upgraded my life to full.
Yeah, you took some hits.
It was pretty far back there. I was trying to avoid it like the plague.
Let's see
Probably
here.
a
I'm just gonna
fiery
roll out.
heat metal.
Yeah, I think there should be a heat metal damage that was applied to you at some point. And I think that's it, because nothing has been close enough to get to you.
What's the plan?
Okay, I don't know what it
here's
was, but
near Nora does damage, Nora does damage. Constitution
Here.
saving throw, 14 damage here, it looks like.
yeah,
I don't know if
that's
that's supposed to be her.
yeah. If Nora did a Constitution save, that was to see if you could resist automatically dropping your gun.
Alright, we'll take the
So yes, so 14 points of damage from the heat metal spell.
Which is a lot, but we'll throw it down.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and one more thing. If you see somebody with a little dice icon on them, that means they have a recharge ability that is essentially on cooldown. So that's useful for my monsters that have like breath weapons or whatever. It's also useful for Kenji with his torrent breath. And Kenji currently has his available to him. Okay, Seamus cast Fear on a bunch of these guys last time and made them scamper off. Oh, the snuggles so early. Hello, the snuggle pup. And you guys do not see Yaslin with your passive perception. The ones that Seamus scared off, they're just continuing to flee.
Okay.
They are
That's
not
good.
interested in this fight anymore.
I think. Do I like? Is there like see something out there that they're running away from?
No, well, you don't even have to roll insight on this. They're afraid of you.
Oh, okay.
They're afraid of you guys. Seamus scared the crap out of them, and
Okay.
even though the fear spell wore off, they're like, nah, we don't need that.
We've
Like,
been
they're just-
popping these methods left and right. They're like, eh.
Yeah, we out.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay. So, next up is this dude. The one that I think this is the guy that had cast heat metal on Seamus' sword. So he's still concentrating on that. Seamus, is it still on you or is it elsewhere?
I dropped it.
You dropped it. Okay. Sounds good. This guy is just gonna position himself above you three.
Oh, that's that's cute.
So he's five feet up, and he's going to. Oh nope, I lied. Sorry. He's going to start out by using his breath ability. Oh, don't tell me that. It's charged, you wanker.
Nice usage.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So he's going to target the three of you and do his fire breath ability. Nice for double ones. Solid damage, guy.
I do have advantage because I'm a barbarian.
Sounds good. Go ahead and roll again. Your DC is 10. Nope, 11. Excuse me.
Oh,
Natural 20. Yaslin, you roll a con check for me. on top of this. Mhm.
That's a, that's a 7.
That's a 7. Okay. Yeah. You feel it coming, and there's something instinctually that you like push your hand out, and you almost feel like you could draw it in.
Oh, no. She's like, not.
And it's an instinctual thing, but there's like a mental backpedal last second, and it doesn't happen. You take 0 damage, Yaslin.
Okay, cool.
So I think it hits you for 2, so go ahead and give it back to yourself. The others.
Okay, I'll give myself back to.
Okay, cool. Now this guy needs to recharge. So that'll be his move, but then he's gonna move right in front of, on top of you guys as well. And that'll be his go. This guy is concentrating on Leo's crystal short sword for the heat metal ability, I think. So Leo, you dropped it, you drew out your long sword, your basic long sword, and you've got long sword in one hand, crossbow in the other is what you currently have equipped. And this guy's above.
Short sword?
It's like right here. It's just dropped like right next to it is all. Okay, this guy is not going to deal with that noise with the 3 of you. It's going to come over here, and I'm just gonna use his fire breath too. There's something about what's going on with Foundry that it, like, even though it says it's charged, I have to like dive in and basically like reconfirm it for it to realize that it's good. So, doing a fire breath at Nora. Hey, that's much better damage.
Oh, what is this crap?
So he comes up and forcing you to do those saving throws. So that's going to be its go, and then it's going to move up in your face, looking all menacing.
So I don't know if it's true or not, but I still have inspiration. Can I inspiration to take no damage?
You can inspiration to do another saving throw.
Yeah.
Can I inspiration to take?
Nope, that's not what I wanted. I rolled, well, 18 plus some other numbers. Oh, that's initiative. That's initiative.
What'd you say, initiative? Oh,
I meant to pull up the suitcase. I clicked the little button next to it.
Yeah, give me a dex save instead of an initiative roll.
I think, did that move your initiative?
I think it did.
No, she was at the top of the round anyways.
Yeah, I think she rolled a nat 20 for initiative. Oh, nat 1, perfect.
Sweet. So initiative does not force you to take the second dice. So you still get the 8, and you don't take double damage from the AoE.
Take off this inspiration. See, you know what? I'm gonna have to go pick up my dice here in a minute. I have to go get out of my car.
Okay.
We're one bad roll away from going to get real dice.
Okay, Leo, you are up.
All right. Leo's gonna put away his longsword and grab the crystal sword.
It is still hot to the touch. So if you do that, you will take damage. I don't know why that one word had an accent, but damage.
You will take damage.
I heard it too, so when you admitted it, then I thought, did I say that?
That was me. So you can wield it, it's just very hot.
How hot?
2d8 turn hot?
So it cools off every turn.
No, it's a creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage.
That's a lot. Does it cool off?
If the creature concentrating on it loses concentration.
Oh,
or dies.
When you said that he was I didn't understand the spell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on board. Okay. So,
Cool.
I want to use the I want to try the move again where I pick up Kenji and chuck him at this guy.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Which I believe is called Spiral Smash.
Yeah. What did we do for that? Do we? I think I gave him ability for that.
Yeah, he's got
I
an
didn't
ability,
just-
but I think he gets a boost when I help him, but I can't remember what the boost was.
Yeah, I really should have put some description on this thing. So it. Okay, so that's on my homework list.
And like it says 10/20 feet, so maybe that's 10 feet on his own, 20 if I chuck him.
That's
I
10
wonder-
feet. That's 10 feet normal range, and you can go beyond the normal range at disadvantage. So, yeah. Yeah, so it's just harder to hit. So, you guys haven't practiced this one enough yet to become proficient in it. So you don't get to add your proficiency modifier. But if you help him... let's see here. Kenji's strength mod is 2. Yours is also 2. Yeah, I'll basically say this is a help action. So you are using your action to help Kenji with his attack, so it is at advantage when you were both doing it.
Nice.
Such a good gif. Troy. Perfect. Sorry, I was laughing at that, Morgan. What did you say again?
I said this is a help action. So you're using your action to do the help action with Kenji, which means he can roll it advantage with his Spiral Smash.
All right. Well, let's do that.
Cool.
So, attack advantage from Kenji. Not great. 14.
Not great. These guys are easy to hit. By the way, you're sending me things privately at the moment, which I don't mind.
I don't. Fixed it.
Cool. So go ahead and deal your damage.
Oh, that's not.
Nice. All right. So I'm gonna say, go ahead and describe your kill here.
So very much like the GIF, I kind of just pick up the turtle and I chuck it. I yeet it straight at that guy. And what happens, I imagine, is when Kenji makes contact, Kenji basically just falls straight flat down. But the elemental got thrown into that pole there and just obliterated against that kind of overarch.
All right. Sounds good. This guy, he is going to target all of you, and the Mephits, as they die, they each have a different dying ability. So as he dies, he explodes in kind of a like splash of fire near all of you. Okay, and you all succeed. This is a dex saving throw, so Yaslin, if you want to go again, you're welcome to.
Nah, I'll take my 12.
Okay, sounds good. So you all take a little bit of damage from his death as he kind of explodes once and explodes again, like resting on the kind of gate.
The word for that, there's a word for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
A Japanese wooden ceremonial gate.
Yeah, I'm sure if somebody said it, it'd be like, oh, duh.
Yeah.
Isn't it a Rakasan?
That may be the Japanese word.
I just know because 101st Airborne has that as a symbol and they call themselves the Rakasans.
Torii gate? A Torii gate?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, Hattori.
So I wonder where the heck Rakasan came from.
It sounds like a name that uses the Torii gates as a symbol, but not as the derivation of the name. But I looked up Rakusan and says as soon as they did, it was a bunch of military patches.
Yep. But it has a gate.
It totally does. Okay, sweet. So that was successful. Leo, you can still move and stuff. Seamus, your rapier is no longer hot. And you don't really know that because you can't see it. As you're overlapping on darkness.
So, what I want to do is I want to tell Kenji to pour water on my sword. Just spit it out all over my sword. I don't know how to work that as an action, but that's what I want to do.
I'd say you could do that as a torrent, as a use of his torrent breath, but he used his action
at the sword. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, but he already used his action to do his spell, his spiral smash. So he could do that next round if that sword is still hot.
If it's still hot. Alright. In that case, Leo's going to cast his second wind to heal himself up. Right,
Okay.
He still has a action.
Yeah, the bonus action.
Alright. And then that's his turn.
Okay. And my apologies. Well, actually, just because of the way that it works. So Kenji is currently blind, but you threw him.
Oh yeah,
So
I wrote down
Kenji-
that he was blind, but yeah, that works. I needed to throw him for him to do a attack.
Yeah, basically. Okay, so that's the end of it. I don't remember which Smoky Man blinded him, but basically at the end of this round, he is no longer blinded. Okay, next up is my Smoke Man.
Poof, now you see me, now you don't.
Argon, where are you? There we go. Okay, he does get his Cinder Breath back. He is in the middle of the smoke. He doesn't really know what's going on here. He's gonna fly up 20 feet out of the smoke, or out of the darkness to get a visual. He sees these two domes that he can't see through. He sees Yaslin.
Can I react? I got 15 feet.
Yes, you can, because you've got your claw on.
Oh, can you move him closer? It's yelling at me.
Yeah, here, real quick. Let's make you. Is it an
Atlas.
unarmed strike?
It'd
Or is
be
it a
the
quarterstaff strike?
quarterstaff.
Okay, give me a sec. Okay, what's the bonus damage that it does?
I want to say 1d6 force, but let me double check. Yes, 1d6 force. And a +1 to the attack, but... No, correction. Not a +1 to the attack. It's only an unarmed strike.
Okay. Gotcha. Just real quickly adding some cool stuff here. Okay, you should have a new option in here for Claw Quarterstaff, which should have a range of 15 and should have the 1d6 force damage listed in there as well. So you shouldn't have to move from where you're at.
Awesome.
Unless it gives you crap about him being 20 feet in the air.
Make sure I actually... is the... Oh, never mind. Oh, hey, there we go. I like that. And
There you go.
Does it have the 1d6 on it already, or do I have to add it?
Yeah, go ahead and do the damage, and it should include the 1d6.
Okay.
On both versatile and non-versatile. Yep, so there you go. Okay, yeah, so... Yep, extra... What the... Did force twice. That doesn't make any sense.
I would add one health back. Is that right?
Did you do versatile, or...
I did versatile, yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so... Yep, I'll give him 1 health back. Okay, cool. So he flies up into the air and you're able to... Yep, and you can see through Seamus's darkness and his claw stretches out. Does the claw... Claw only works on one of your arms, right?
Melee attacks with a weapon or unarmed strike can reach up to 15 feet away from you as an inky tentacle.
Okay, I'm just wondering if I need to detail that your, let me see, on inventory, claw tattoo. I think you closed it while I was looking at it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Okay, no, I think that's fine. Yeah, you can still do versatile with your tattoo. Okay, so it flies up into the air. It sees the surroundings, doesn't want to be near whatever just hit it as it was leaving. So it's going to roll 1d2. 1, it goes for Leo and Yaslin. 2, it goes for Nora. Okay.
No!
It's gonna come over
Fine.
here.
Bring it on! Got dust in my eyes once already.
It's going to come over here and do its breath attack at you guys. This one automatically adds the condition, so go ahead and give me con saves for each of you. I think it's con saves. Nope, it's a dexterity save.
Dang it! Okay, I'll go
Sorry,
with it.
at least you get advantage.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, so Yaslin's fine. Leo is not. So Leo gets blinded. And that'll be his whole turn.
Only one shame on me.
Oh, hold up. Nope, doing maths. He went 20 feet straight up. He could get to 15 feet down. Then at that point, he could really only target Yaslin and Kenji. So never mind, he didn't have the movement speed to blind Leo. Now we're over to Seamus.
Do I know that this dude is just north of me here? Did he try to attack me? I don't remember.
Yeah, we were dealing with a lot of little details last time. You do know he's there. Because he's been trying to be up in your business and flailing wildly.
Good enough. I am going to bite him.
Ooh, alright. Go for it.
And Margot's staring right at you.
Yeah, but Margot can't see this specific. She can't see the details here.
Okay.
Dro can, though.
Dro totally can. Yeah, that absolutely hits this guy. Margot.
Wide bite.
So, Dro, you are the only one that kind of
Seamus,
sees this happen. So Seamus, with Dro having his devil sight and being able to see through all this, what does he see in this first time? He's got a high enough acid perception to notice this too.
Yeah, I think I mentioned this once in the past, but you would see in the darkness that like Seamus, you've seen him out of the darkness, obviously, and he doesn't have fangs. But when he goes to bite this creature, his mouth opens up like really wide, and you can see that like this shadow has like formed fangs in his mouth, and then he like bites down on the creature's neck. And do I get sneak attack in this darkness on this creature? I don't think I have advantage on it anywhere because I don't have flanking or anything like that, but it does have disadvantage.
No, because you're also blind on this one. Oh, so did you roll disadvantage?
I did not.
Yeah, so since you're blind, there is no sneak attack, unfortunately. If it was just your darkness, it would be.
This is the second roll. Oof. Yeah, that does not hit.
And
I assume.
yeah, that does not hit. You do know that if you wanted to reposition yourself before you do your attack, you are welcome to. We're just getting used to playing with these Venn diagrams of darkness here. Oh, it didn't bring the template. Boo. Wonder if I can fix that somehow.
Would that adjustment mean that Margot can see this happening?
No, Margot's still blind. Or she's nothing but, she's not true sight. She's true
Yes,
sight.
she is.
No, I mean, so Margot does see this happening, but she doesn't see
Oh, I thought you
the
said she doesn't have
details.
true sight. I was like, she has true sight.
No. I just said
Okay.
weird, kind of weird. I'd say you kind of see, your true sight comes across a lot more like a metaphor most of the time. And here you see, there's kind of like whenever you're looking at Seamus with true sight, he's got kind of like this shadowy vibe to him in general. And it's like it flares and becomes sharp, almost focused on this creature. And you can see it reach out and attempt to like, and if de facto he moved, therefore he hits, all good. You see it like the shadow kind of like stick into him like needles, and like part of its energy is drawn away. Okay, so that's Seamus. Anything else for you, sir?
I haven't used this feature a lot, but I'm just trying to pull it up, and I can't hold down my push to talk and scroll at the same time.
While he looks up, question. You said Dro saw him do that, but did he catch Margot seeing him do that?
No, your attention's on...
On strictly him?
Your attention is on Seamus. Be like, what the...
Somewhere, yeah, I'll find it in my features, I think, somewhere. But my Fanged Bite, I can either heal from it, or I can apply the total damage to my next attack roll.
Ooh, nice.
I think is what it is. So let me just find that, and I'll follow up there.
Okay, sounds good. So Seamus takes a snack. The one that you just bit is freaking out. I'm just gonna straight up make him do a wisdom save.
What's the purple circle again, Morgan, that's surrounding...
darkness as well.
It's
It's darkness
Rose
as well.
darkness as opposed to Seamus's darkness, which is black.
And how wide's the circle? 10, 15 feet?
It's
Is it a
15
dome?
foot
Yes.
It's a dome,
radius.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you can't. So the only thing that you can see on the battlefield is like the two domes. There is one guy that's like 15 feet up, that you can barely see, and then like the dude that's right in your face.
Right.
Oh, he's actually like 15 feet above you. Because height, movement stuff. Okay, no, he seems actually fairly stable of mind, because he rolled a natural 19. He's going to claw at Seamus. Oh, this should have been at disadvantage, which I believe doesn't really matter because I'm about to miss both. Nope, the first one misses, so it's a miss. And that's all he has. Okay, the next guy.
You would have to roll a d20 to see if it hits me or one of my mirrored images.
Oh, okay, he missed your armor class entirely.
Okay. I see a hit in the...
It's because I didn't roll, I rolled twice instead of rolling at disadvantage, and the second one was higher.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, this dude... Yeah, he doesn't know what's happening or going on. He just heard one of his companions scream and screech and then start flailing madly. He's gonna pop out of the darkness. And then he's pretty far away, so he's gonna go. He's gonna use his remaining movement to jaunt over this way. So, Nora, you can see this one at this point too.
As they pop out of the top.
Mm-hmm. Okay, last guy. Let's see here. Wisdom save. Yeah, not great. This guy's near death, and he's just gonna book it out of here and dive 10 feet down, and you guys lose track of him. Okay, so going back up to the top, Nora, you are up.
Alrighty then. Let's see. Well, I'm guessing I got a pretty straight little line between the three guys I can see here, yeah?
Except the one is 15 feet above you, but if you shot at the other two, you do have a straight line.
Yeah, we're gonna give a tuck and roll behind us, I guess, and we're gonna scoot back just a wee bit. I'm gonna make sure I need 80 feet, so if I do... Ooh, are these rocks or ruins behind us? Are they...
They're gravestones.
Is any of them directly behind me, looking like 10 or 15 feet, so I can get a straight line? And he's right behind me here.
Yeah, give me an acrobatics check to see if you can pop up there easy.
Oh, let's see what button.
Because they're not exactly stable footing.
Click. Is it this button? Why doesn't it throw the button, do the thing? How about this? We'll just do a d20. And then +5. 7.
Oof. You can get about 5 feet up.
5 feet up?
With the 7. So yeah, they're about 10 feet above you. So if you're basically if you're going for a piercing shot here,
yep.
Because you're not quite high enough, I'm gonna give them like half cover. So their armor classes increase by 2.
Well, if I can't get well, let's see. Is either of them...
You can get the other two. You can get the far 2 easy. It's just a matter of can you include the one that's near you.
You can include the close one. Well, the close one's the one that hit me, so instead I'm just going to shoot the hell out of it. I'll just shoot. Yeah, we won't even use a grit point. Since he's the one that lit me on fire, I'll just scroll back here, try to stand on something. Didn't work for me. I'll just shoot it in the head. And I'm sorry, somebody said that I dropped the pepper box earlier, picked it back up with my free action. Was whoever was concentrating on it still alive?
No, you popped that dude last time.
Okay, perfect. So then it's cooled off. So I guess my question then would be, how many shots has she done? Because that will matter how many.
I think she's done
she does.
4.
Okay.
So I think she's got 2 left in the pepper box.
Perfect. Exactly how many I'm gonna need. We'll shoot the first one. Double right click. And pepper box them.
And here's your present for the day, Dallin.
Oh gosh. Why is this not there? It is. Normal attack. Oh, 12. I'll still
12
hit.
hits. 12 is its armor class. Or 11 is its armor class. There you go. All right, you hit it for the first one.
Perfect. We'll hit it with the second one. I wonder if I can just. I guess I could probably hit the same button twice.
Yeah, 15 hits. Go ahead and.
And since it didn't die right away the last time, I'm going to throw in my Astral Spark to give it 3 more force damage on this, just in case.
Okay.
So 15
Yeah.
piercing. Oh, that should probably work out with a 13. And then 3 force damage.
Yeah, so it pops. Just, again, you hit it and just. And it's kind of like magma explosion on its death, just falls uselessly to the ground.
Excellent. And I can see it's a purple darkness and a black darkness, right? So like I know which one Seamus is.
Yeah, it's not quite as harsh as this, but there is like kind of like a darker gray one and like one that has kind of like a barely purple tint to it.
I think that's all she's gonna do. She's probably spent 20 movement feet. Yeah, we're just gonna hang out here and stand and start getting ready for the next round.
Cool. Margot. So yeah, I got you for Christmas new animations. You have a different animation between your pepper box and your pistol.
Oh,
At
sweet.
some point, I'll figure out how to put sound on that.
Now I want to see the pistol.
That's so insane, yeah. Oh, then we can switch. Can I free action and pull out my pistol then?
Think.
Slap.
You've already got you're
Yeah.
dual wielding right now based on the
I'm
way the
dual
combat is gone.
wielding?
Yeah.
I didn't know I was dual wielding. If that's the case, can I action surge and shoot with my pistol then?
Yeah, you can. I think. Do you get a bonus action shot based on like all your gunner feats and blah blah?
I don't get a bonus action shot, I don't think, until later.
Okay.
My bonus
gotcha.
action, I think, should be, oh, no, that's not right. What is it, their feats and traits there? Yeah, it would be the action surge. Takes no action, but you use action surge and then you just get another action is all.
Oh,
Because
hold up
action your
though.
turn, you can use it one time per rest. Basically, it just lets me attack again, so I'll shoot 2 more bullets.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Sweet, yeah, if I can dual wield, I'm gonna shoot this pistol now. And then this
Yep.
time I'll try to go with the, I'll burn that grit point to try to give him.
Yeah, you can do the piercing shot in this one for sure.
Excellent, excellent. I think I have to step off of here. Can I do it if I'm 5 feet forward?
You could just step
Perfect.
to the left a little bit.
There we go. Excellent, excellent. So I'll target the one that's in the dust. Pachoo!
Yep, that'll work. So there you go. The pistol has a little bit wimpier animation than the pepper box does.
I like it.
Okay, so yeah, you hit him. He is looking real bad. And then go ahead and roll your second time to hit the one back.
And that one's at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Which,
yeah.
let's be honest, doesn't really matter for you.
Doesn't matter if you're at a 12. Yeah, if you're at a 12, I have to blow up my gun to die, to miss, and more damage.
There you go. You hit both of them. Both of them are looking very rough. I gotta refresh. My Foundry's wigging out. Cool. So Nora, action surge, using the left hand.
That was
Pop out the
just
pencil.
one shot. Out of the
That
two
was one
she
shot.
hit.
That's right. You've got
So
your second
she's-
shot still.
And that should have been my 3 out of 4 grip points. So we're gonna do one more to try to blow them both up and do the exact same thing.
All right. Yep, still
Excellent,
hits.
excellent. normal D.
Alright. That one pops, and there's a little smoky bit in the air where its body dies.
Disadvantage? Oh yeah, clean. Looking clean. Looking clean.
Both of them only had 1 HP left.
I like he
so
put the template down.
Super overkill. I have no more
Definitely
crit points
overkill.
now for that.
Yep. But it's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
And but I will give you your inspiration back for doing gunner stuff extremely well.
She's just looking super cool, you know, like in the movies when they're dual wielding their pistols. She's feeling, at least in her head, she's looking that awesome. She's like, bam, 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 just going amazing.
Yeah. And she's like almost like doing the splits between like 2 gravestones.
Right.
Smoking barrels.
Not gracefully, the splits you could tell she wanted to look cool, but she kind of ripped her shorts maybe with that 7.
no.
It's like, oh, God, that's not great. And she'll just be like, Seamus, love, I'm not sure what you're doing in there, but I've put down at least 4 or 5 of them out here.
Okay, now it's Margot. The last one is the one that Seamus is sucking on.
Does it look grappled? Or
not-
does it look
it's
like
not-
it's threatening? To me, like, would it look like it's threatening Seamus?
It's like losing its mind. It's like it's not running away, but it's like just like trying to claw his eyes out.
Is that one
Alright,
in Seamus's darkness or mine?
Both.
Okay.
she knows Seamus is a spellcaster like her, so she's gonna try to give him some space and lightning lure it.
Mm-hmm. I was hoping you were gonna do that. Because this is your present.
Lightning lure?
Uh-huh.
How did you know I'd use that? Why won't it do it?
You
am I
have to
doing
click
with it?
damage because it's a saving throw. It's
Oh shit! I'm just spamming the chat again. Yep.
Yeah, it's a saving throw to see if he gets pulled and damaged. If he succeeds the throw, there's no damage. Oh, you couldn't really see it because of the darkness, but it was there.
Didn't see it.
But yeah, you've got like a little lightning bit that goes.
It rolled a 0.
It rolled.
It's a 2 minus 2.
Solid. Yeah. Last skill of the fight. How do you want to do this?
I think she just lashes out with like violet lightning that shoots out of her veins towards the thing, and it goes to wrap around and pull it towards her, but it kind of just explodes en route.
All right, kind of grabs it and like starts pulling and just kind of like rips it in half and just pops it off. And you several Leo, Yaslin, the two of you that are kind of close over to the edge, you kind of like look over and you just see like a few skittering bodies just like retreating back to the flames, smoke where they came from. And the combat is over.
I just want to point out when Nor did her shot, Dro was staring at her the whole time. After stuff was exploding above his head.
Mm-hmm.
Except Nor couldn't see Dro, so.
I was gonna say she couldn't even see.
No.
So she going about her life.
Dro's getting some like stalker vibes for me right now. Be like out in the darkness, like staring into your house, like you don't know they're there.
Well, Dro saw Seamus do something in the dark. Nora's exploding stuff above his head. Margot's obliterating, turning stuff to dust. Literally. He's just gonna
She's
stay
also
in his
looking at him real
darkness.
creepy. She keeps looking over his shoulder.
Yeah. Alright, so a little encounter, which not too much, terribly too much trouble. Like, and after like a moment, there's like thick clouds of like smoke from the methods just gonna like fade off and disperse into the rest of the air. Doesn't take too long. They only last for a minute.
This one on the smoky side for me.
I think it's time to get rid of the darkness so that our friends might see us.
Yasla's eyes aren't even glued to them. She's looking at that weird ass spout of steam she saw earlier come out.
Oh shit, Margot promised Mr. Dude that she talked to him
No,
if
she
he let
didn't.
Joe fight with us.
What now? I don't remember that
Remember?
part.
She promised Echo
Oh yeah.
if
Side
Joe was
note,
able to fight with us
Nora or not
that
Nora.
she talked to him.
Yeah, Margot has actually learned the name Echo. By the way, Casey.
That is the name of Dro's dark side is Echo.
She asked him to let Dro fight and not cause problems, and she would have a nice conversation with him.
How long did your sight
I
last?
don't trust either side.
My mind
Oh, shit.
or my sight?
Your true
There's two
sight.
different things. My true sight was an hour, so I think we have like 40 minutes left after this fight. Because there's like 45 at the
About
start of the
so,
fight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a part of me that doesn't want to drop this darkness.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
I
Margot's
think-
still looking at you.
Walk around all emo. in
To
his
be
dark
fair,
bubble.
too, you guys just brought enemies over out of
That's
nowhere.
valid.
But
Genji kind of like
he is gonna move out of the way. Okay, I'm gonna say Genji move.
Genji like wanders out of the smoke at some point. Is just like looking around, like rubbing his eyes, like spilling water everywhere.
Oh wait,
Water's
I can just
black.
cover it up and it's still going. And all I have to do is uncover it, right?
Uncover what?
The darkness, because I put it on the hilt of the blade. Completely covering the source
it's
of
the
darkness.
object itself. Your scabbard, at least at the moment. You know, if that's something you want to try to pursue later, then maybe that's a thing. But your scabbard does not contain the spell.
No, it would be on the top of the sword, the handle of the sword, not on the scabbard.
Right. Right, but stowing the sword doesn't stop the spell.
Okay. But would it cover up
The
the
way
darkness?
the darkness spell works, it like specifically lists out that if you cover the object, that it
It blocks
like
darkness.
hides the darkness.
Oh, does it? Okay, then in that case, yeah.
But maybe phrase. Do I have anything to cover it? Oh, in my cloak. I'll just cover it for now. And come out of the darkness for now. Still have the spell up, so still concentrating.
Okay, so
but-
you're still concentrating. What's the duration of the spell? Is it 10 minutes?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you've got about 9 minutes left at the moment.
Just in case something else decides to come up. That's not friendly to us. Unless the girls decide to bring something else they didn't tell us about.
Yeah. Cool. So now you guys are just standing here a little bit singed and some like smoky soot in your eyes. And just,
Decided to bring the party with you, did you?
Yeah, looking out, does Yaslin see anything else that looks like it's coming up towards us?
no, not really.
Okay.
You just see kind of like that like mountainous range that's lower than you. You see where that steam is like billowing up. It's looks like maybe another minute or two and that hot rain will start to come down. Maybe. You're not entirely sure how it's gonna function with the smoke in the air as well. And you see the fire is still spreading around different places. Yaslin, give me a perception check as well.
I was gonna ask
Alright.
if Dro sees Yaslin looking over the edge, can he do a perception as well?
Yeah, go for it.
Her eyes wouldn't have ended just yet, would they?
No. What is it, a minute?
Yeah.
No, you still got like the tail end. You got like another
Yeah.
15 seconds as like the battle ends.
I gotta reload, I can't click anything.
That's an 11.
That's an 11. Okay. You're mostly focused on threats, and your attention does not go very far for like scanning the environment. So you get the base description that I already described.
So I can't
Pick
click
up my sword.
any skills on my sheet.
Did you change your character sheet again to the
Nope.
wrong thing?
Nope.
Good, because you shouldn't be able to do that because I deleted that module.
Can do it through this.
Yeah, weird. I can't
I
do it
can't.
for you either.
Margot,
Why
I
is
can't
yours
either.
always the one that breaks?
Someone needs to be the proving grounds.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
true.
Did
Did
you
you get it
upgrade
or
to
not?
11?
No, I haven't gone to 11 yet. I don't like to do so until it's about like 3 weeks past the release date.
That's a good call.
So next session maybe. I can't remember if they released last week or I think it was like 2 weeks ago.
There's a mod that like will check to see if your other mods are like upgradable or not.
Yeah,
So you can
compatible
like
with the new version.
you can check before you upgrade them.
Yeah, I've heard about that one. I haven't done it yet. Dro, why are you broken?
I don't know. I'm back.
Okay. Not all of you are broken.
Not.
Is it just Dro?
Okay.
Are you sure? Because have you seen the characters we built?
I don't know what you're talking about. Margot's great.
Talking
you
to the
know-
Anybody
dead.
can roll skill checks at the moment.
Really?
Oh, let's
Yeah,
try.
everybody try to give me a skill check.
I thought Yaslin just did.
I just did.
Oh no.
Oh, there's Yaslin's.
Okay, Yaslin's fine.
Yeah, Yaslin
manipulation
can.
and stuff.
Sorry,
Yaslin's
guys.
on the different. Yep, Yaslin's on a different sheet. That's why.
What?
Okay, everybody switch to default 5e character sheet.
What
How
the shit?
do
How
I
we
do that?
At the top of your
So
sheet.
if you open up your sheet, like double click your icon, there's a cogwheel in the top right that says sheet on it.
Default 5e character sheet. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Save sheet configuration.
Oh sheet.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
I like the
shit.
setup.
Okay.
Oh, sheet.
Not shit, sheet.
Oh, yeah,
shit.
default shit would have not been the same.
It's just a normal poop.
Just the default shit, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't know why. I feel like Tidy 5e's been kind of crapping out lately. You know, to continue the metaphor.
22.
Okay. Okay, so Dro's perception 22. Cool. Dro, from your vantage, you look down, you see what I described before. You get Yaslin hasn't described any of what she saw when she was flying, but you have a good enough sense to look down and you see these like kind of flitting, almost, you know, ethereal's not the quite right word. Because they're very tangible, but there's this evasive like kind of slightly disconnected from reality tendency of these things like flowing around and like starting the fires. From where you're at, based on what I described on the other one, you can even like from here you can even see way down and see that kind of that moment that you saw before with that protective barrier of some sort. Or no, not the protective barrier, that device that you have one of. You can see it from where you're at. You can see the battle between elementals is still happening all over the mountain. And the water, you know, the majority of the... Ooh, give me a either survival or nature check to go along with this, to interpret what you've been seeing. Okay, survival. You can see that more and more of the mountain is being consumed by fire. Take a moment, kind of scan around. You can't see past like the column of flame beyond the pagoda, but you assume that that's spreading in that direction as well. You can see like the kind of rate of expansion after like kind of paying attention to this for a moment. You can tell that more and more of the mountain is being consumed. You guess maybe you're not entirely sure, somewhere between maybe 30% and 60%
Is being consumed?
is being taken over by the flames. The roll wasn't high enough to get more specific than that on the percentage. But it is clear that the water side and like the water creatures, elementals, the watery spirits or people or whatever, like for all the flame creatures that you saw, water has their own army, but they're not doing well.
Clocking that device, as long as Yaslin's still there, while she's still there, I'm gonna kind of elbow her and point it out. Does that look familiar? And he'll like motion to his bag where that device is, and then motion to hers where hers is, which I'm imagining is where it is.
Yaslin, this is what you got from
Poachers.
What's his name? This is what you got from
Ben something.
Benjamin.
I got something.
This is what you actually it wasn't Benjamin that gave you this, it was Egma that gave this to you before you even met this party.
Oh, I've been given some wind vein.
This was the device we were told. I think Joe also told the group that we could use this to sicken the land to draw the Kieran out.
You both
Okay.
have a device that is hypothetically capable of like drawing the Kieran away if it's used right.
Yeah.
Drawing the Kieran away, or drawing the Kieran here, right? Wherever you poison.
Or towards, yeah, it draws it to the area, right? That it's
Because it
It's
poisons the
poisoned?
land.
And then the Kieran has to come and try to heal it. If it's the I'm gonna shut up for a second. You guys talk.
what's your plan?
Do you remember if they were trying to take care of this? And if they were, why would they send us? And do you even think that's them? This is all hush-hush between me and Yaslin.
Really?
So I'll supply a little bit of detail there. The two of you were a smaller portion of a larger force, all trying to accomplish the same thing.
Okay. How
Don't
far?
worry, Margot's talking to your other self while this is happening.
God damn it.
Listen, I didn't ask a lot of questions. I just kind of, they told me to go do stuff and I did it.
Can I tell how far away I see this device? Can I judge distance?
2 miles down the hill.
Okay. Well,
So
that's
it's
not gonna work.
it's a ways. Like it's a 30-45 minute walk or something.
Okay.
Well, if you run.
But it is decently below the reach of the flames at the moment.
Okay. And just kind of grin. Well, they're here.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't have to worry about that as much right now. I mean, and kind of looks around. There's kind of a little bit bigger situation here.
Yeah.
But this is
Yeah.
good to know that we know that they're here. They don't know that we know that.
That's good.
Or it could just be someone completely different.
I feel like it's not just like a coincidence. There.
No. He's just going to keep eyeballing that spot as he's talking. Seeing if he can see anybody, make out numbers of how many people may be by the device if he sees any, or if the device is just by itself. And have we, Morgan, me, or Yaslin ever seen this device in use?
Or herbery tree. to use
Yeah.
No, you were.
it? Handed it to us, and we're like,
Here you go.
here you go.
Yeah, you
push
were,
a
you were
button or
given.
something."
You were given like basic instructions on how to make it function, and you don't have any like practical use of it.
Maybe it's time to pull them out and examine it. Maybe not hurl them. I don't know.
I'm gonna look at Yaslin. Do you still want to do this hunt?
I think the hunt at this moment is taking a second priority to maybe the whole "this mountain is burning down" situation.
That's not what I asked.
Do you still want to do it?
I'm just gonna pull the device out and look at it. He's gonna walk to the edge and drop the device off the edge. No. This land's already suffered enough.
Yeah.
What are they gonna do? Hunt us down? Not like we can't handle it. Plus, he'll glance over to the rest of the group. I got a feeling we have a little bit of an advantage.
While you guys are talking about that, Leo would come up and talk to Seamus and Nora. Just be like, so we've got two bounties on this so far. With this whole mountain burning, I imagine we could get a few more. Do you think you're up for it?
I can't quite figure out the angle here. I'm not sure if the library is going to have any coffers left after the end of this one.
That's fair enough, but
That's
we still have
true.
a few villages, and you know, they ought to cough up.
Well, we'll stick around for the heroics, but yeah, we'll see how it shakes out.
Agreed, I'll wait and see. I mean, I'm almost debating if we should go back and collect first, just to see, like you said, what if they've wrote a couple checks that they can't cash situation.
Maybe catch them before they burn.
Right, yes. What if all their gold's now melted in there? I have to go chisel it away.
You know, I'm not against a little looting and scavengering.
It's true.
We'll
I
see
do
what
love
the others. I'll see what the others want to do here. This new gal, she's I don't know what she's after.
I don't know.
She-
what we're after.
She does tend to look at people very intensely.
As you say that, she's leaning against the wall, staring at Joe's back.
Exactly. Like you can just see it, you know.
I guess. Do you think this device, if I break it, will like explode on us?
Let's not do that around us. Hence why I start
Like,
going to the edge.
Okay, well, looking down over the edge, does that device look like it exploded?
So first of all, who is paying attention to Dro and Yaslin's little side conversation as this is happening?
Margot is staring at them, so
But she's
but
checked
she's
out in a different
talking to the other guy. So
way. Mm-hmm.
That's probably the same with Nora. She's looking in that direction, but she's kind of also watching. She's mainly looking at our new friend there, and her intensity.
Gotcha.
The intense stare.
Yeah,
Of the stare.
like
he's
it's
not
like
subtle.
like
Yaslin,
she's
did
looking
you-
at them to look at them. You know,
Okay.
kinda-
Yaslin, did you drop your device off too?
She's still. She hasn't dropped it yet. She was going to do something, but she asked Dro if it was going to explode first.
Oh, Dro, roll me a percentage die.
Before she.
No, the cone is still on. No.
The cone of shame.
The cone
Aw.
A gonna shame.
I do not like the cone of shame.
I can hear better with this, though.
Dro, you drop it off and the device, you open it up and you pick it up, and it mostly looks like a black box, like made out of like metal and plastic. But if you like pulled each of the like corners away, and there was like some intricacy with like glass work, there's like a green crystal inside, and like a few like wires and such. It's definitely like a high-tech device. You reach out and drop it, and drops for a little while after like rolls off a portion of a cliff. 3, 4, 5, 6, poof, through the canopy. No other reaction or anything. Yep, you wait for a boom or something. Doesn't sound like anything happened.
Do you think these have tracking devices on them?
I don't think they do, but I think we do. I mean, the one, that book, he can talk to me at least.
Oh, that's cute.
In all honesty, they've already, and point back at the device, they set one up over there. Worst comes to worst, we bullshit our way out of it like we before. We dealt with the problem up here. We fell. Or something, I don't know. Ask Seamus for advice, he's the better liar.
Should we just keep one just in case then?
That's your choice.
I kind of want to. Oh, that's such a bad idea.
What, to throw it off?
No, I mean, can you toss it in the air? And I'm going to swing my.
No! No! We're not gonna do it anywhere near here.
No one will get hurt. It'll be fine.
Last time we said that, we almost died. Multiple times.
Almost.
Let me rephrase that. We've said that multiple times.
It's always been almost though. It's never been like.
One of these
full-
times it's gonna be fully.
Well, it hasn't happened yet.
And let's leave it like that. Let's not take chances.
You're no fun. He pulls it out and drops it.
Yaslin, roll me a percentage die.
Joe's just gonna watch it drop. 22.
Gosh, that's so low.
Okay. Very similar. On the last hit before it like kind of reaches like a little bit of like a cliff before it like falls off, you hear something crack.
Oh.
And there's like a flash of green. And it kind of falls down trailing kind of like this wisp of green energy. And it falls through the canopy as well, and you wait. No explosion. No additional sound.
You know, I didn't really like what I just saw there.
And we were carrying that in our bags.
Yeah, it started smoking green though. I think. It's probably better that I didn't hit it with my axe.
What did you think it was going to do? It was poison.
I don't know. I thought it would go really far.
There are the two of you littering over there.
Joe's just shaking his head. Nothing. Just baggage that we didn't need anymore.
I think we could have totally sold it for a lot of money though.
You see like a slant, like, shit.
You're like, why didn't you tell me that before?
Well, I ain't going down there and getting it.
I mean, I'll totally go down there and get
No.
it. Okay.
Last time you flew off, you brought friends.
I could climb down.
No. Just stay here for now. We need to figure out a bigger problem. Then we can deal with that later.
And our bigger problem is?
A flaming lizard.
Yeah. So, I mean, it would be best if we could get back to surveying the land. Yeah?
I mean, that's fair as long as you don't bring friends back with you.
I mean, that's asking a lot.
Turns and faces the group. This time clocks Margot just staring at him.
Yeah, do we want to do that talk? That was supposedly happening simultaneously.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
We want to have that convo. All right, so Margot, you reach out, and there is a slight. Actually, give me an insight check here first.
Only go well.
Mm-hmm. You get only a sense of eagerness as you reach out and reconnect, or kind of just tap back into what is already in place.
Thank you for not stealing Drow away mid-fight. That could have gotten complicated. You kept your promise and I keep mine.
Morgan, what is Echo, from my knowledge, in the same position? Or is he, because he's normally standing near Dro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is nearby.
So, out of game.
And
I do.
Margot, you see him a little bit separated, just kind of like, almost like the thinker pose, staring straight at you on top of like the tombstone that's next to Dro.
So anyone who's observant enough would notice she's actually not looking at Dro.
Which the only two people that are observant enough are staring off the cliff. Well, no, Nora would clock that. Like, being a master of trajectory.
She's not looking
Nora,
at
you know
Dro.
that it's, not looking actually at him, just off kilter.
Just that she's missing his eyes
Remind me
and talking.
too with Nora during that fight
It's in her head.
when they switched. Was Nora up or was she incapacitated?
Nora never went down in the big fight.
Yes, she did.
I think she
Well,
was.
Yeah, she did a couple times.
Yeah, I think
Because I got her back
was
up
in the
with
hole.
Wither and Bloom.
That's right.
when they talked though, I think she was out of the hole. I don't know if she was awake or not though.
Yeah, because he was only there. He smacked Yaslin, backed off from you guys, eventually hopped the rail, and was down there till the rest of the fight. So I don't know. I'm just curious if Nora saw the other side of Dro during that. But I can't remember. Again, it was the darkness, the whole...
I don't
think Margot was the only one that
think so.
saw it because of the darkness.
Yeah, and Nora was very focused on the lizard.
And Seamus would have saw the tail
You know,
end of
she
it.
murdered the lizard before coming out and sleeping.
Okay. Retro. Spark notes. What did you say again?
Just that she keeps her promise. He was eager to talk. That was a promise.
So you would see him kind of sit up and kind of half-ass, kind of smart-ass bow towards you. Kind of mocking Dro when he bowed at the grave that you two were looking at. You mentioned not stopping Dro from fighting. Yeah, kind of looking over at Dro. Stopping him is easier said than done. He's very, what some call bullheaded. Glance over at Yaslin. She has other words for it. But you're interesting. It's been a very long time since I've had somebody besides this annoyance to talk to.
And what is it you are? A spirit? A being from another plane?
I'll hop down off the grave. Kind of puzzled a little bit. That's, good question. Let me know when you find the answer to that.
What is it you see in the world around us? You see more than the normalized can, I'm sure.
Kind of points to Dro. I see what he sees, just like behind a window. And he kind of calls for a second. Besides that one moment, and kind of leans back to look behind Dro, well, be in front of him towards Yaslin. When she didn't act herself, and I had to take problems into my own hand. Don't know if you can tell, but he looks at her again as a weakness. And that was, and he starts to kind of like get more relaxed and recalling it again. That was the first time, and glances down at the sword on the hip, that I've been from out behind that window. He's just taking in, like looking at you, but also taking in the surroundings, watching Dro and Yaslin have the talk, the three guys, or the three having their conversation.
When you look at me, do you see anything more?
Ro, give me a combined,
Okay.
or rather, Echo. Give me a combined perception check and
Thank you. You can't.
religion check, for lack of a better option.
Private or public?
Private.
Okay. Oh, I gotta change the sheet again. Okay, that's fair. That's
Interesting.
kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm. That it does. Go ahead and interpret that as you will. And it'll be canon. Whatever you come up with.
Cool. I look at you. What do I see? And he watches, he kind of, at this point, kind of starts to scan you, around you. At a point, kind of, you can tell he's mocking you a little bit by how he looks off in the distance past you. I see a rather interesting individual. On the shorter side. Very receptive. He kind of grins. Is there something I was supposed to see beyond what the rest of these guys see?
I suppose not. That might answer one theory of what you are. Can you come closer?
I was just about to ask Morgan how close he could get. How close can he get? Without...
You can get about 10
Dro.
feet away from Dro.
Okay, I was gonna say without Dro noticing. So I could get right up to her. Just... pretty much like right in your face. Again, no personal space, not unfamiliar with Dro either.
He's not flinching.
And what exactly do you suppose I am?
That is yet to be determined. She's going to reach out and try to touch his arm.
Insight check on her. And she says that. See if she's holding something, because she said eliminates one thought of what you are or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Oh.
Can she touch him?
Yeah, he doesn't move.
Yeah, you...
I was curious how this is gonna work.
Yeah.
She's trying to, when she's doing this, she's trying to pull from, how do I say this without giving too much away? Her mother's teachings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, roll me a religion check.
Okay.
Which is kind of my go-to for anything dealing with
19?
spirit in this instance.
Did I get anything from the insight on her?
With that, genuine curiosity, but not the source of what the curiosity is from.
Morgan, I'm gonna hop over Discords. I don't know if they're gonna take me. We'll see how it goes. I may or may not be sat here, but
All right.
I'll hop over and fingers crossed.
Sandbag and sabotage.
Yep, we'll see it.
See you, man. Margot, there's a way that you've been taught that, like, the physical form cannot touch the forms beyond.
Mm-hmm.
But there have been teachings developed through your family about how to essentially align the spiritual network of yourself to match that of your body. Almost like laying a grid along your entire body that can interact, but it's all made up of just this top layer of spiritual binding. You use that and reach out and touch Echo. And he feels very different from all the other things that you've used this ability on before, and it's not your strong suit.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like, usually it's like being able to gently grasp the wind. And here, it feels like sinister fear in tangible cold form. There's no give to it, not even on his clothes. It's like touching the blackest of marbles, and yourself stops dead. More like touching a statue than anything else. Roll a wisdom saving throw. Sorry.
Fire here.
Mm-hmm. Nope, I lied. Make that a charisma saving throw, please.
Oh, thank God. I shouldn't say that yet, but I have charisma.
I'm throwing you a bone. But really.
Oh my God, do I have inspiration?
I'm not throwing you a bone.
Whoa! It was so close to a nat 20 and it rolled.
Wait, don't I have something that I can re-roll? It's
Balance
sorcery
of
point.
times or something like that.
Sorcery
Please.
point.
I don't want to have to leave the room.
Give you.
Yeah, I might have to make you leave
Oh,
the room.
thank God.
Okay.
Thank God for
Margot,
that sorcery point. Part of me wishes I had failed. Wait, I kind of want to know what happens.
No! No! I want to stay!
Don't go back there!
You succeeded, so now I gotta drag this little plot line out
I
further.
know, I was so scared though. I panicked.
I panic saved. You feel something immensely dark and heavy grip your entire body and begin to pull you. Quentin, to answer your question, yes, like just the sense of something very wrong happening. As you turn back almost in slow motion, you see Margot's body like literally like contort as if like she's being crushed by a giant hand, and then you see her like twitch and flex, and like some innate magic like spreads out from her, and like she like falls back on the ground. It's like butt in hands. She is prone, staring right where Echo is.
Can Dro
He's gonna
Margot,
yell at him.
you feel a flash of severe, immeasurable disappointment and putrid resentment. And roll me a perception check as well.
As
And like, you don't even have to roll insight to get those feelings. They are everywhere. It's like their own forces of gravity is each of the emotions.
who's rolling perception?
Margot.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Can she respond to him?
Yes, you got a natural 20 for a 27, which is fantastic.
I rolled a
Never mind.
1 on perception. God damn it. The fates have spoken.
This is a journey, folks. Got another sorcery point you want to use. No, it's all the same scenario. I don't think you can do it multiple times, right?
No.
You, along with these feelings, you just see red, like the clouds and the skies and the mountaintop you're on have just been painted in every shade possible. Except you see Dro kind of off to the side in like this light figure standing there. And you see Echo also standing there as like darkness, and the two of them kind of like flowing with the wind, but like really almost everything you could see is just this collage of red, and there's so much that it like begins to overwhelm your senses. We're dealing with kind of a weird situation here. We've got a natural 1 and then a natural 20. You can, but this is a very difficult moment.
Okay.
You can eke out one sentence.
Okay. So being the tactician she is, he looks dangerous, right? But useful potentially?
Because of the failed perception check, you can't tell anything about their natures or what the dynamic is. It's just you got slapped in the face with something very unexpected, and you have not, and you're not processing it in this moment.
I don't know what you are, but I think that we could potentially help each other. There is more than this world to threaten us.
Can Dro react?
No, this is kind of a frozen time moment.
Okay.
You can see this, but it's like you're like locked in place. You can also see the same surroundings that Margot sees. You look down at yourself, it's kind of like white mist, and you look over at Echo, and it's like black mist, and you see like the entire environment is painted red, and everybody else has disappeared in this moment.
So Margot would see Echo turn and look towards Dro and clock that they locked eyes for a minute. Don't hear what he says. Turns back with a surprised look on his face. And that kind of demeanor he had where he was just like, it's kind of Dro, just more, instead of playful, more like an ass, disappears. And kind of looks down at himself and looks at you, hesitant to put his hand out to help you. And just like stuttering constantly. Was that you? Looking around.
I believe that was you. That was your own power.
Keeps looking back at Dro.
What do you remember before Dro? Before this?
He, at this point, turns where he can see you and he can see Dro. Looking back between the two of you in the conversation. Darkness. Pure darkness, and then all of a sudden I open my eyes and I'm standing in this city in the shadow with a young boy looking at me. And when he says that, he looks at Dro.
The moment ends. The gravity layers of emotion disappear with a snap. The world returns to its non-crimson landscape.
The minute Dro can move, he's as fast as he can gets between the two of them.
No, it's okay. Margot's gonna stand up and try to. It's okay. I think there's something your friend needs to learn still. I'm not sure. She's gonna say in her mind link to Echo. I may need your help, but I can't call when. I think
Margot.
you'll know.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh. I'm loving this.
You're getting all the saves today.
That's not bad.
Just for the rest of us observers here that aren't frozen in time or whatever, do we see Echo at this point? Or is it?
Did you see Joe
just, like,
freaking out?
yeah, did Margo just like fall over and try to like rush over in front of her?
Did it not roll it?
I saw
No, it rolled. It's a 19.
19.
Margo, as like you're trying to talk, you get very ill all of a sudden. Like you just got massive sensory and emotional overload. You like pitch over and you manage to like
Probably leaning into Dro at this point.
you manage to keep your lunch down, but not by much. Seamus, since you're the one that asked, roll
I bring him into the world.
roll me a d4.
Oh no!
Oh,
That's
fresh
what I'm
hell.
looking for. You don't see anything until like Margo like falls back and Dro runs in between and like kind of like has his weapon out, like pushes like he touches somebody in the chest, and as he does, you see like a dark version of Dro kind of like stumble back, and he like looks at himself for like a brief moment and looks around and then kind of like fades back into not being there.
Seamus, you've seen him before too. At the end of that fight, in the darkness, when he shifts back.
This episode, this is getting so good.
would we all see this? Because if we're having a conversation and Dro runs off,
Oh,
then
God.
Yasmin's turning around.
Yeah, everybody clocks this. This is like a what the fuck moment, and like everybody's
Yeah, like,
attention is
what the
happening- is over
fuck?
there.
Margot's just gonna whisper to Dro. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I don't know what I did.
And Dro, you instinctually understand that she just talked to Echo. First of all, you're not even sure. You didn't even know that was possible. Second of all, she didn't ask.
Does Dro clock? Maybe not, because a lot happened. But the fact that he appeared for a split second for everyone, and does he clock everyone see it? More particular, does he clock Yaslin seeing it?
Yaslin, how do you react?
It's a little, like, definitely, like, at first it's concerned because he just dashes off. When she sees kind of, like, what happens, it's just kind of like a wide-eyed surprise. But also a sort of, like, she's not going to pry because she knows she has her own things. It's like surprise, but also like respectful. I saw it, but not gonna ask unless you bring it up.
He's gonna look around the group, obviously realizing shit.
Welcome to the hot seat.
Look at Yaslin. Just kind of close his eyes and look back towards Margot. At first concern because of what happened. Glancing back over at Echo. Then kind of stepping back away from you a step. How did you do that?
I told you earlier when we formed the link that I wasn't sure I'd get you because I sensed something else there. And I did not link with you. And he seemed so eager to talk.
You knew you weren't linked with me.
I felt it when I called to you and another voice answered.
He's gonna spin towards Echo. And you didn't say anything?
Yeah, and Margot can still clock this.
Yeah, because he's like,
Mhm.
he'd be facing Yaslin's direction, but looking left and right.
Yeah. Why would I? I never get a chance to talk to anybody else. If you don't mind, I'll play him in this
No,
situation.
thank you.
No, we want to watch Q talk to himself all day.
So, at this point, spin fully to Echo. That I understand. But this was a dire situation. We could have been more prepared. I mean, we handled what we could here. But we could have been more prepared if I was able to talk to her. And he steps closer to Echo. Like, right up in his face.
And Echo matches.
Yeah, there's no back down from either side.
She's having a fight with himself.
Margot's sizing them both up now.
You being prepared means keeping me in a box. I had a chance to stretch my legs. I took it, and besides, there was conditions on it.
Last time you stepped out of your box, people got hurt.
Last time people got saved.
And he looks at the sword, looks over at Yaslin, and looks dead in Echo's eyes. That's not the time I was talking.
I mean her. You said last time, that was last time.
This is Fro literally arguing with himself.
I love it.
The D&D content I'm here for.
We agreed.
Look, I know what you mean. If first time didn't go great.
He's staring at the sword. Or not Echo. Fuck. Dro is staring at the sword on his hip. Yeah. We agreed to have equal footing and figure out what's going on. Glancing over his shoulder towards Margot. I agree. She is an interesting one. Might be the answer to the questions we have. But we have to be on the same page here. Because whatever happens to me, you know happens to you. And vice versa.
I took a chance, alright.
I'm
Just you and me in your head, cycling over and over and over. We came to our dead end a long time ago.
no more.
This was new, as he kind of looks around. I don't know what it means, but it's probably some sort of clue. Sounds to me like it was worth it.
What happened there, Margot? That wasn't your doing, was it?
And roll me an insight check.
He's gonna be blunt with guidance too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think you can hide anything from him anyways, so.
No.
Good. Yeah, love that. Oh, that was perception.
Your rolls are all hidden. Yeah,
Yep.
all your rolls are secret. They're in suspense.
Oh god.
Scales out just as much.
Cool.
You know him extremely well. And you've never seen this expression on his face. He's afraid. I don't know what that was. She touched me, which I didn't think was possible.
I was just gonna hold his arm out.
That reacted. Well, that's different. It kind of clasps your hand the handshake is like a yeah, well, duh, sort of exasperated emotion.
Nothing happens to Dro. Same old thing it's always been.
Same.
Kind of glances at Margot. Okay. Well, no more secret communications. And he looks at Echo and turns towards Margot. Looks back at Echo. You want to talk to her? Then just tell me.
Would you let me?
There's a hesitation.
That's what I thought.
We'll see. If we have free time, maybe.
If I'm a good boy and I earn my brownie points.
He just smacks his hand out. Back off.
You too.
He turns back towards Margot.
Psychic Link is still up, and it's up for an hour, and they can talk both ways.
Oh, he's 100% gonna try to talk to you. 100%. But Dro's gonna look at you.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. No more secret communications. And he looks kind of around everyone. No more secrets. Hard glances at Yaslin.
It's kind of a tall order for us to agree on. Don't think we're quite
I've
close
known
enough
you for.
to let all the cats out of the bag yet.
I've known you for less than 24 hours. And you expect me to tell you all my secrets. Remember the deal? Question for a question.
Then let's do this. No
We
more.
sit all in this.
You want to have a secret sharing circle?
A secret circle? Can we have a secret circle?
Who has the talking stick?
Let me
You see-
rephrase this.
You see Leo kind of like in the back corner, like
He's gonna turn and
not-
look at Leo.
not connecting with the group on purpose.
Just look at Leo, even when he's looking away. Don't. No. Your little fuzz guy. That's a whole other conversation. But let's rephrase
that's easy
this.
to explain.
No secrets that could harm anybody here or cause us any problems. You have your own personal secrets. That's your stuff. Obviously, some people don't have control on keeping their personal stuff secret anymore. Glancing at Margot for a second. Deal?
Casey, you just missed some shit, dude.
It's okay. Leo wasn't. Oh, what's happening?
A lot. You just-
Kenji is cowering by Leo's legs right now because
Dark Joe.
Dro's dark side manifested for like a few seconds before he faded out. But let's go ahead and take our break. No, shit. Casey just got back. Damn it.
I gotta take my break.
Yeah, let's take like a short break today. Like 10 minutes.
Alright, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, see you guys back in a minute. So yeah, Leo, shit went down while you went away.
All right. That's good.
Now someone's asking for fruits.
He's just saying no secrets that could harm the group. And he made the smart-ass comment. He didn't have a choice. His was let out of the bag. And he looked at
I
Margot.
don't think I had a choice either.
And he'll look at you. We still have to talk about that.
You can't blame me for what I see. How could I know that you didn't disclose this with your friends?
Trying to remember who all saw. Everybody but Yaslin and Leo would have saw Echo during the fight with Salamander. So Joe would look at you.
Nora didn't see it either, I thought we said.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Nora was behind the
Yeah, so it's basically
side.
Margot and
Margot
Seamus.
and Seamus knew about Dark Drop before this.
We'll look at Bro. We'll look at Margot. I mean, I thought it was pretty obvious considering the whole situation there, and it was also something I planned to bring up and just didn't have the time.
Well, I can't be expected to know these things unless someone tells me. I saw whatever that is, and I warned you that I may not connect with you. And you said it was okay to do the link anyways. And when I realized there was no connection, I was too far away. And when we came back, it was mid-combat. And the deal was struck, and I keep my word.
Glance over at Echo. Back at Margot. It's understandable. But no more. We talked. We build trust. We have our agreement. You ask a question. I'll answer a question. As he says it, he'll kind of slight glance at Yaslin. Just barely. We still have our deal for those information. Obviously emotions towards Echo that no one can fucking see now. That cat's out of the bag. He's gonna turn and look, and he's gonna stay in there for a little bit. So we figure out what's going on. We
Ask
agree.
your questions.
How did you do that?
I have never felt something quite like that before. I was raised by a holy woman and taught some of the weavings of spiritual magics, if you will. It can sometimes help me connect with beings beyond, and I thought perhaps your little friend was someone who had passed on. I believe I may have been wrong in that.
Tell you that much, he's definitely alive and can feel pain, and he's going to punch himself in the arm, and you're going to watch his echo kind of motions too.
Big move.
DM. Hold on.
Ouch.
Also, it works both ways.
Just turns. Dick.
Nice. Puppy. My puppy's sleeping right now. Get him.
Roy, did he get a trim recently?
He did. He got a hot spot, and that was not cool. It was like a skin irritation, basically. So I shaved him way down.
Morgan, out of curiosity. Oh, go ahead.
No, go for it. No, you can ask your question.
With Echo, the 10 feet of distance, is that ongoing as far as ways he can get? Or is that just at that point? Okay. So, just so you know. If you can see him.
Yeah.
There
Also,
are
if you have a question in the chat for you.
Go ahead.
There are many different tethers. It does not necessarily mean that he was not what I thought, but it is still curious.
You'll notice that he will turn to look, and all of a sudden look next to Yaslin, and just kind of shake his head and look back at Margot. You know about as much information as either of us.
And perhaps we could help each other.
In what ways?
Call it a professional intrigue into the tethers of souls, spirits, beings bound to the body. Yours is far more manifested than any I've seen before. And I'm curious as to how that was achieved.
Is your true sight still up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you would see where
At this
he's
point,
moving.
at this point, it's about a half hour? No, maybe like 25 minutes, because I mean, this is conversation, so it's as close to real time in game as we get.
Yeah, so he's been kind of just wandering 10 feet around at one point, was standing next to Yaslin. then just kind of looking around, and when you start talking about that, he steps like between me and you, but above, like by the grave.
Mm-hmm.
What? We have been looking for answers of more of how. And I don't know how much history he gave you in that short time. How we became connected. What is he? And why us? Why us together?
There is something that perhaps I or my people could help with, but I am uncertain of what he is. The Teller, perhaps we can understand. That is something we are quite good at, but what he is, I'm not sure.
When you say help, what do you mean? Are you talking more information? Or he
What would be your choice?
and he'll stand in front of Echo in a very protective kind of state? Or is it a more permanent solution? And this is
Information is enough.
I'll say this is the first time since you've seen the encounter a few times between the two that he's protective of Echo.
Information could be provided easily. A more permanent solution. My people hold these types of bonds in extremely holy understanding. This is spiritual and divine, and breaking a tether is more than just a desire. So no, it would not be a permanent solution unless you asked for it. And it was very clear that you are consenting and desirous of it.
And he kind of looks at Dro. Information is what we look for. It's our job. Let's start there. And he kind of glances over at Echo. More information for him. And Echo will just kind of go back to wandering. Very uncomfortable at this point.
I get the sense that it is not your desire for me to speak with him, but perhaps speaking with him will help me to gain more information.
We've talked trust, and we're agreeing to work on it. That's fine, as long as it's not a secret conversation. Angel looks at Echo, and not in the midst of danger, preferably.
And come on, we killed all the things before we started talking.
Yeah, but you were linked and kept that secret. And plus, we? You mean me? And then points to us. And them?
What?
What
You
are
didn't need
upset
me
about?
that time.
Look over at Yaslin. Now I understand what it's like for you to be traveling with me. I'm sorry. And goes back to looking at Echo.
I got used to it.
Thanks. He's gonna look to the side of you. Not at you, but like next to you for a minute. Back at Margot. Agreed? No secrets, no secret conversations. We inform each other, and you You're more than welcome to talk to him. Maybe for once he'll shut up. And looks over at Yaslin. Again, I understand. It might actually help him.
Then, would it be okay for me to request something of him in exchange?
Fine by me.
What would it be? He really... A little bit of a problem there, but...
I'm not sure he is capable of it yet. But, and she's look around the group. And mind link with, or through the mind link with Echo, ask. This may sound quite strange, but if there is anything you see with me, perhaps just while I sleep, if you see something of that unusual,
He's kind of sitting on one of the dog statues up the top of it. He's like cross-legged, leans in.
I don't know what you see, if you can see the spirit or the energies and the magics I weave at least. But I think you'll know what I talk about. You'll know when you see it. And perhaps you can join in that.
This is getting interesting. A mystery that doesn't have to do with me.
And Charles just
I don't
gotta...
mind that at all.
Charles just gotta
I only ask
snap.
for some assistance in this fight. You have been alone. You two fighting this fight for so long. I have been completely alone in this. And perhaps you can help me.
I'll keep an eye out.
And perhaps, if you'd like to mention it to Dro, you can.
Hey, Dro, she asked me a thing. It's not a danger.
Look back at her. What did I just... We just said this. What'd you ask him?
Don't worry about it.
I asked him for help in a personal matter, as I am helping you both in personal matters.
She wants
And I
me
would
to
tell
keep
you
watch
in
when
private.
Y'all are sleeping.
Just immediately spins around. Excuse me?
What? I do it anyways.
I know. And it's creepy.
I don't get to sleep like you do.
No, you getting all this?
Nope, I checked out about 30 minutes ago.
Wonderful.
I'm not sure at all what's going on. But my
Speaking of 30
a little bit
minutes,
focused on my gun. That heat metal spell didn't destroy it, but it didn't do good things either. Just been trying to fix it up a bit.
ending. Speaking of 30 minutes, I only have about 30 minutes of this vision left. What's the range on this?
He's gonna look at Yasmin when you say that. Lily walked away.
And she's
Wait,
gonna
what
walk
is-
over towards. Can she walk over towards Nora very carefully, and reach her hand out and cast mending on her gun, just to help repair it. It's okay. It will mend it. Trust me.
Trust you.
Don't worry, maybe.
Nora, don't shoot her. Please.
Don't
I
shoot her.
want to fix your gun.
She did heal you at the salamander, if that makes anything.
Yeah, healing me is one thing. Healing my guns is another.
She's fixing it so you can be more trigger happy.
Okay.
cast mending on the gun.
Not bad. Not as good if I have my tools, but not bad.
Well, it will work for now. And I still only have 30 minutes left if we're good to find any kind of alternate access to this mountain.
Oh, right, we've got all this mumbo talkie stuff, but there's still the bigger problem at hand, isn't there?
Which is?
Oh, the thing I murdered and then came back to life and I need to murder it again?
Yes, which is why we are trying to find an alternate route into the mountain rather than through the hellhole that thing crawled out of.
Right. And it's about this time that like rain that's been building up from the steam, and the steam has stopped spraying into the sky. And it does begin to rain, hot rain. But for the first maybe 5 minutes, it's not clean.
Oh.
It's black.
No.
As it just pulls ash and smoke and soot from the sky in the water droplets and falls down. So like everything just has beads of black just riveting down it.
Well,
We have to act now. We don't have much time. And I truly could use a rest, but I don't think we have time for a rest.
So another scouting mission, but this time don't bring friends?
This time perhaps not fly.
He's gonna just motion. Are we just jumping?
I mean, I can do
No.
it. And she jumps and just hovers about.
He's
We are
looking
trying to
at
capitalize on my vision, right?
looking at Margo,
Yeah,
but
but-
flipping Yaslin off.
He's just jealous.
Unless there's another way you know,
It's true,
Joe.
he is.
Well, would it not be faster just to fly around the mountain? Or are we going to run on foot? Also, you saw what was down there. Actually, did you see what was down there? Because there was a lot of fire creatures down there in those woods.
There's many fire creatures behind us at the pagoda. I don't know. The only way I see in is through the salamander's tunnel. I am just praying that we find another way in.
Find another way.
Well, what kind of a mountain just has openings?
Many.
The minute.
Have you ever heard of this thing called a cave?
Nora, we just went into a cave. We just came out of a cave.
Have you ever heard of a cave before?
But yeah, they dug the cave there. And obviously, but caves don't go all the way into mountains, do they?
They do if there are beings that tunnel.
Great, so let's find a tunnel.
Let's go walk over to Seamus.
I feel like finding a tunnel is easier said than done.
Does it have to be a tunnel?
It's
I
not
just
like
don't
we
want
can
to go down the
around.
salamander's hole.
I don't want to go down the salamander's hole.
Margot's gonna take a look down the mountainside and try to see what she can see from here. She's only got 60 feet, so...
Give me a perception check.
These have been going great for me tonight.
Oh my god, Lily.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not
Bad.
Alright. Sorry, give me a moment.
Oh, it's raining. I see it now.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
black rain.
Yep, black rain.
The whole time Margot's just prestidigitationing herself. She's the cleanest thing within like 50 miles.
Yasmin just kind of lets it like soak in, and then she like shakes it off, kind of like a dog.
This time Joe's putting his fucking hood up before. So it doesn't get full of water again.
Kenshi's bowl begins to fill up a little bit, and you can tell he's just like,
Oh, he's not happy about it.
yeah, he doesn't
It's
like the dirty
icky
water.
Joe's gonna walk over and just put the cloak over him. Is clocking that he's also scared Kenji. And
he's kind of chilled out by now.
trying to be in a little nicer friendship than the start.
Okay, 17. You don't read anything with your true sight. You don't read like any illusions or magical barriers or anything. There's a question of the physical of how to enter here. In your limited range, maybe there's something a little bit further away, but you're talking 60 feet against the face of a mountain is not a very long range. So this is basically purely just a physical perception check. Anybody else taking a look or like staring out the side of this cliff to try to figure out another way in? Because if so, go ahead and roll your perception checks as well.
Can I kind of actually hover out and see if I can get a better angle? I'm fine.
Should we heal her first?
No, don't touch me.
That's fair.
Do I have?
Oh, it's
I
just raining.
can. As she flies away, I'm casting a spell on her. She likes it or not.
I don't consent.
Where is it?
Leo or Seamus or Nora, anybody going there?
Lovely.
I'd walk under this tree to get out of the black rain a little bit, and I would check out over the edge there with Nora, just out looking around.
Did that
Okay,
actually
good.
do anything to me?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It was a
Um,
total of 3.
It made a really cool effect.
So it just brought me back. Okay, well, yeah, it didn't really. I mean,
Yes,
it did.
it did apply.
I was like, oh, it's just I have such a big health pool.
I can take hits.
Just didn't notice the healing.
she felt the exact same.
She's like, oh, something popped.
Oh.
Nice.
That's
Just
so
hear
good.
Dro, shut up and take the healing. As he casts
Oh,
healing word.
thanks.
Okay, so we've got 17, we've got a 20, we've got a 20, we've got a 16. Okay, so all of you, pretty good. So you see with this, and you guys are finally taking the time to really like pause and look and digest about what's going on in this scene in front of you. And by doing so, you're gathering a lot more information because you're sitting here, you're staring, you're processing it properly. And with the black rain, nobody else comes up to bug Yaslin or anything. You guys are a little bit obscured at the moment. You do hear the battle above the clouds seems to be getting louder. And you look down, you start to see and understand the motions of the water creatures and the fire creatures and how they're moving. And at first it seems like they're just there. They came from somewhere, they're kind of clashing, and the wall is being driven back against the water side slowly. But after, and we'll do this as a collective check, after a while you notice that there's certain points of origin for some of this stuff, for like where they're coming from. On the fiery side, you notice this kind of like if we switch back to this one here. Nope, wrong side. Okay, so we switch back here. You notice that right around here is actually slightly disconnected. So you've got this ridge line that the pagoda's on, and that leads all the way back to the library. And you've got this like kind of lower gully in the mountain where there is a lot of fire presence, and it's burning below you and kind of above you, and you guys are in the sweet spot. The lower portion doesn't actually have a direct connection to the upper fire. It's separated by maybe 200 feet at the closest. And you notice there is kind of a hole coming out of the mountain with like some magma pouring out of it slowly. And that there are fiery creatures that are coming out of that and spreading around down on this lower space. Also because collectively this is a high group check. And you know what the hell, I'm gonna roll for Nora too.
There were weird dancing ballerinas down there.
I think I should actually have to pull her in to do the check. No, it's the wrong sheet. That's why.
Now, obviously, a long rest is out of the question, but if per se somebody carried me, could I get a short rest?
Short rest would be much
Oh, shit.
appreciated as well.
Okay, so Nora's going to get a natural 20 here. Which is so handy. She notices that she tracks those like steam, or those steam mephits were coming out of it, those tiny steam elementals. She tracks that down and actually sees that there's like a space, there's like some sort of like tunnel or opening where the steam exits the mountain. And there are water elementals that are coming up from that location and going forth to do battle against the fire elementals on the other side.
Okay. But that's on the opposite side of where all of the fire is coming from.
Yeah, it's approximately right here, but it's like kind of like tucked. It's kind of like the opposite version of this map's viewpoint.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's happening like at the bottom of this like gout of steam.
Okay.
That wouldn't really be a tunnel into this mountain over here, though.
Sarcastically, I was thinking we could just make our own tunnel, but I don't think that's possible.
I don't think any of us are capable of that.
Not anymore.
Excuse me. Is that supposed to mean something?
He's just gonna. Oh right. First take this, and don't actually try to use it. Just hold on to it. He's gonna hold the sword up and point towards the stone.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. She'll just put it somewhere. Strap it somewhere.
So that happened, I guess.
Yeah. With
No
with
more
the front door,
secrets, right?
and I
Who are we
held it
referring
out.
to? And the secrets.
Glances at you. Well, long story short, Seamus gave me great advice on how to use that spell scroll. I reached my arm into the sword, like Margot you suggested, and that popped out.
Well, quite happy that it worked. Part of the reason I said to wait was the aura of protection coming from that, which may be diminished now that we leave, which means this area may no longer be safe by the time we come back.
Like that.
About that. So, I didn't immediately use the scroll. In all honesty, I was hesitant on using it. You can ask her. I'm not someone that has a lot of patience. Kind of like her. Come on.
What's that supposed to mean?
You punch before you talk.
It's
Yeah, and then
supposed to
I
mean that patience
apologize
is a
later.
virtue, and you should keep your temper in check.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to fly away.
Improvement. Don't go too far. But so I did some meditation. Questioned, kind of looking up and just around. I don't actually know who, but you said that this belonged to a champion, so maybe I was talking to him. I don't know. Long story short, I got a feeling that there was permission. Also, this was your idea, so this is your fault.
You got a
Was my
vague feeling
idea,
of
yeah.
consent.
Okay, miss, shoot the strangers.
I have perfectly reasonable explanations for all of that.
What's your reason
Sometimes
for
you just
missing
get
the
a
shot?
feeling and you know that you should take something. I get it.
Thank you.
Oh, right. Okay,
I-
I'm on board now.
He's
Seamus,
like, wait, hold
I-
on.
I don't quite track what you mean. What?
Okay, so obviously I
Oh.
can do some
She doesn't know.
healing. Your consent is probably different. We can talk about that later. But
I never consent. I never give. People never give me consent when I shoot them.
Kind of like the same thing when I punch people. They never really consented to it.
may or may not have volunteered
This
them
is-
to, but anyways.
They probably deserved it though.
So, Margot, you've obviously seen I've been able to do some small healing. I was able to read that scroll, so obviously
Yes.
from my travels I've learned that there's people that can do that. Clerics.
Yes.
Be some.
My mother is one. I'm quite familiar with that.
It's gonna clock that. I don't really know how I can do it. I can just do it, and I just kind of mimicked what I've seen before of people doing that, like praying, talking to themselves. But they probably don't.
Well-
I thought you have to know who you're praying to in order to pray to them.
I don't know.
That's not necessarily true.
Shows how much I know.
I just punch
I
things.
just shoot things that bite people.
I punch
Yeah.
things.
Oh,
She
shit.
punch things.
Now here I thought I was being judged, but you've just admitted you punch things too.
I do. We both do.
Now, then why do you make it sound like it's a bad thing when I punch
Because
things, but
I at
it's
least
okay when you
talk
do?
us out of it. Well, let me back. I tried to talk us out of it.
No, because I'm pretty sure you've started half of them by making that you.
Can everybody stop acting the maggot here? The whole forest is burning down around us. Can we please get going?
Is the rain having
Yes.
any effect on this fire?
Not really. This is an abnormal, like, elemental magic sort of fire. I don't care about a little dirty rain.
I think it's
Well,
time
this
we went to the front door.
conversation. Yes, well, this conversation has taken several alarming turns. Bro, if we survive, I can teach you some of what my mother taught me. I am not a cleric as she is, but I learned a great deal from her.
Troy, what was that term again?
Stop acting the maggot.
I love that term.
I've never heard that before. That is marvelous on so many levels.
But I think Seamus has a point. We should get going quite soon.
Right.
Where?
Going first, shooting second, therapy later.
I
we're going-
am not quite sure.
We're going into that tunnel that the lizard made, assumedly.
I see no other route.
I'll go where Seamus goes.
I'm going to ask that I either go in the front or I go in the back and not in the middle, because that seems like a really bad idea if I lose my shit.
No, I agree. I agree with that completely.
I think you're tip of the spear.
Yeah.
You do the best out in front for us.
Okay.
I think Nora hangs in the back.
Yeah.
The beefer girls on either side. I like it.
Can I do an insight check to see if that's like strategically he's doing that, or if he's putting Nora's safety over Yaslin's?
Yeah,
It's strategically correct in both.
Right.
Strategically
He's not even hiding it.
Yes and yes.
It is obvious.
I think perhaps we should also space out you and Seamus. And maybe consider a more tactical application of that darkness.
I can't see in it.
I think two
After...
triangulations.
I must warn you, after these next 25 minutes, I will not be able to see in that manner again until tomorrow.
You're talking your little spiritual
Yes.
What, you're going to lose all your eye juice?
Magic
Yes,
magic.
that's why I said we had an hour. And
Alright,
that
well-
hour is rapidly coming to a close.
Let's go.
What, Morgan, is it still fairly morning?
Yeah, it's still fairly morning. It's dark because of like clouds and stuff, but it's around 9-ish, 10-ish.
Okay, so
Later mid-morning.
dark vision right now is not going to be a problem.
Until we reach the tunnel, at least.
Do we still have the same plan? Scouting it out? Or are we all just hopping in there and going for the
mean,
gamble
there's
and being
a
in a
lot-
tunnel?
There's a lot
I
of
think the
monsters.
problem... There's a problem either way. If we separate for a scouting mission, we could end up in two different fights. But if we go down, we can end up bottlenecked.
Also, just remembering, I recall back at Rippletop, Seamus, you and Nora disappeared. Can you still do that?
I can do that, yeah.
That might be an option to send a couple people invisible to scout it out at least. How many people can you do that to? Two. Okay. That's always
Me and
another
one
option.
other. Or maybe I can do it. Let me think about that.
Yeah, I'm like,
We leveled up since then.
is this a resource that we can afford to lose if we fall into a combat though down there?
Right. Do we want to use all the big stuff first?
We've got lots of cool things in our pockets, or you guys have lots of cool things in your pockets. Do you want to use them?
Staring at Yaslin.
I
I don't know anybody that can grow a tail.
I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but we have a lot of cool things in our pockets.
So you're going to use your axe for once.
Yeah. And pray it doesn't break.
Okay.
I'm quite.
I can get us all down the hole together if we go at once.
That was the discussion last time. I
And
think
then-
that's best.
But then the concern was that we find something waiting for us down there, and then we get like bottled in.
And there's nowhere to go.
Yes.
I mean,
It's
we'll
a risk either way.
Yeah. Okay.
Talking will not resolve the issue.
I guess we should be quiet going back.
Indeed. Shall we?
Let's go.
Are we doing this stealthily? Looking at Yaslin.
What's the time limit on Pass Without a Trace?
It was dropped because it was
Yeah,
concentration.
it dropped a long time ago.
That's right, that's right.
But it's probably going to go back up again. So expensive. I mean, if we want to go stealthy, I can do it. But I want to make use of it.
I know how to stealth. Thank you very much.
Looking at everyone. Just completely ignoring Seamus because he knows stealth is not a problem for him. Do we want a little help?
I am moderate.
I'm going to keep on this way.
Can I insight check that?
Margot?
What?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Not little old me.
Oh, out of everybody right now.
Maybe we need to put Margot on. Maybe that.
Did you roll? Am I not seeing your roll?
There it goes.
I didn't roll.
Ah, you don't know anything.
That's me. Wow, we just 2, of course.
Moderate.
All right.
What did you
So you guys
say?
going back to the hole? Are we doing stealthy?
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody give me stealth checks.
Fuck
Are
it.
you doing past that
Yes,
trace?
fuck it.
All right, so give me a stealth check with plus 10.
Oh, that's a 27. I rolled mine. I was an eager beaver. I was too confident.
I can't click on. I've got all the dice on the screen.
26.
Mine's at 27.
37? I didn't add the 10.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so let's see
32.
what we've got. 27 from Yaslin, 24 from Nora, 37 from Seamus. Balls. 21 from Leo, 26 from Margot. Margot and a 32 from... Alright, yeah, so you guys feel stealthy as shit as Dro casts this, and you guys all have this kind of almost like you're in like a bubble. Like you guys can see pretty clearly, but there's like a shimmer, like things are like flowing differently around you. And we go back to the shrine.
Oof. Are all the critters there?
We're going to have to stay as a group, and then just a 1, 2, 3 jump.
And somebody give me a D100 check to see how things shake up
Whose turn
since
is
you were
it?
here last time.
Not mine. I
Hey,
rolled a 22.
Casey's been off. Casey!
Fine, hold on, I just stepped away from my computer though.
You need to roll a D100 for us.
I'm on it.
I like how everyone's
92.
Oh god.
Oh!
Oh no, 64.
64.
No, I was joking.
64, okay. You see a couple less creatures than you did last time.
Do I still see Vader? Yes, I do.
Just make a break for it. Run and jump. I'll further follow you down.
Run and jump?
You realize I
Is
run
that-
a lot faster than all of you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm right behind Dro, and you are all behind us.
Just run as fast as Seamus. It's as simple as that.
I mean, I can jump without worry. It's.
Can you not slow down? What's with your face, Joe? Have you heard us slowing
Can
down?
you not slow down? Yeah. Guess you just max.
No.
Slow down. What? I don't understand your words.
I can cover 105 in a round.
I cannot get even close to that.
I can do 80.
Around 105, I think.
But all I need to do is 80
110.
touch because I can just hop up this.
The majority of us can make it in a round.
I mean,
No, because we bought these stairs. Are we keep taking into account the stairs up?
Oh, true. Also, the feather fall, is that, oh, you can dash different though, can't you?
I can bonus
Fastest
action dash.
Margot can dash is 60 feet.
so if need be. No, that'd be really mean.
Nora throws her over her shoulder again.
I was like, if need be, we can just give you a little extra shove off the edge. Just 10 feet.
Nora just eats her.
She 100% would.
She would. She's already Lois laned her through the mountains, so.
How
This
fast
is
can
true.
how fast can Leo run?
A normal speed.
So 60.
60.
Yeah, so Margot and Leo are. We can
Seamus
stealth
just-
up.
It's simple. Seamus just we either meet at the edge and then we all jump at once, or Seamus stays with the slowest person. You know, just get it done. Let's just do it. Let's run.
Why don't
I mean,
we-
are we going to have to roll initiative because that would change how this goes?
we also could just stealth up to the hole.
As
and
long as you
jump.
guys don't, as long as they don't detect you, then there's no initiative.
Yeah, I mean, we're so stealthy right now. Who
Yeah,
even
let's-
cares? We'll
let's-
just walk up in front
Yeah,
of
let's
them.
just try
Let's
to
just
creep
use
up.
it.
Start walking.
Don't
Let's just.
sneeze.
Yeah.
Word.
We're just gonna stealth up as a group and then make a break for it if worse comes to worse.
Oh god.
Oh, what is this? What am I
Oh,
looking
God.
at?
Grumpy Seamus.
I updated Seamus's token.
You can update mine.
What, Leo?
Which one do you like?
The
Wait,
one
Leo,
you chose is good.
That first one that's holding like the pink like salamander or the
Yeah.
pink snake with legs.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I thought he had a sweet looking sword.
He does. He has like a crystal on the end too. It's like a crystal sword.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Can-
Yeah, if you like that, I'll keep it.
While Margot's here, can she look around? Was that water gun magical? I guess it wouldn't matter.
Okay.
Can she look around to see if she sees a water gun on the ground in the rubble?
Water gun.
Sure. So.
The
yes,
wave
first of all, like,
launcher.
It's like it's a little more than just
Sure, that. The water.
Where's the super soaker at?
okay, so first of all, everybody give me a new stealth check because
no.
your previous stealth check was getting from the cemetery up to the pagoda, and then this is
So
from
plus
like
10.
this portion of the pagoda into here.
Ooh, 34.
19.
Ooh, that's a natural one from Nora.
Oh,
You gave her inspiration. Use it.
You gave her inspiration.
you did give her
This
inspiration.
would be
This
a
is the
smart
time she
spot to
would
use
use
it.
it. This is the time.
Okay, that's right. Inspiration. I don't know how to find inspiration.
I just say
Hey,
that's
Mats.
Seamus,
Maybe Seamus
Seamus balanced
balanced
it
it
out.
Yeah, does that balance it out? Was
Oh, and okay. So do we have everybody? Margot, Yaslin, Leo,
Oh,
Dro,
we rolled.
Nora. Okay, cool. Yeah. So if you guys want me, do you want me to use it, or do you want me to keep it as is?
So it's a 16 as is, even though it was a natural one.
It's a 16 as is, even with the natural one, and honestly, like Seamus's natural 20 is stronger than Nora's natural 1. because Seamus specializes in this.
Yeah.
I was
So-
gonna say that.
Think- Keep it so that the player has it later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Expertise, actually.
right, you guys go up here, and as Nora's going, Nora's like 400 pounds. She's a big lady. This place has been burning for a while now, and like something is keeping it sustained, and it's not burning down as fast as it should. But it is still weakened in a few places, and as she goes, she like steps, and some of the floorboards just crack underneath her very loudly. And Seamus, in a very quick use of, do you have prestidigitation? No, you have the other one. The other cantrip. What is it?
Thaumaturgy?
Thaumaturgy. Don't you have thaumaturgy?
I do not.
Dro does.
Oh, okay.
I can do a shadowy hand. I
Yeah.
can lift him up with the shadows stretch out to lift her up.
Yeah, sure. You can use whatever cantrip you want to like rectify Nora's situation.
Yeah, that's the best I got. It's just gonna like, I can see her like fall in like towards something in the hand. Like it can only like push, I think, like 5 or 10 pounds or something like that. So it'll just like nudge her in just the right way to keep her forward motion going as we plummet over the edge of the hole.
Sounds good. And she doesn't crash down or anything. It just sounds like the snapping and crackling of wood. And as she comes up, she's like, Seamus, did you just touch my eyes? Alright,
team.
True, good game. And she slaps you on the ass too. comes with a little oomph there. Margot,
Goes around.
give me a perception check as you're looking for the wave launcher as you get back up in here.
Super Soaker not identified.
Give me a percentage die as well. It's, what randomity does the situation bring, and are you perceptive enough to get it with your eyes? Holy,
Holy shit.
that's a crit.
It's right there.
It's buried under some rubble. Better go break my back to lift it up.
Yeah, so basically, it's not by much that you notice it, but you do notice
Stop,
right,
dude.
right here there is like a section that isn't burning, and there's like a little puddle of water just eking out from it. But it is buried in the rubble.
Significantly.
Not terribly. You rolled super well on the percentage, so like maybe under like a foot or two.
It's still a lot to walk over and. Alright, she's gonna like try to catch someone's eye as she kind of creeps over here.
Where are you going?
And then she's gonna motion like jump on 3.
Jump on 3. What are you doing?
And then she's gonna reach out and grab it. And just try to hold her hand on the gun.
It's buried. You can't.
Oh,
You
okay. I
can't
thought she could
reach
still
it,
see it. Okay.
but it's like leaking water underneath the rubble.
Just gonna motion Seamus over.
And the attention
hand
of
up.
all the creatures tends to be external from this. Nobody's really spending their time like looking backwards
They're looking what's in
at the
front.
moment.
What do you got over here?
I think it's your water gun.
Try to dig it out here. I'll use the shadowy hand to try to pull some of the rubble away and like see if I can pull it out from underneath there.
Okay.
Is there any way prestidigitation might help with that?
If you can describe it in a way that makes sense, then we can go for that.
No.
Okay. So
Well-
if you're
Oh, on an object. You instantly clean or soil an object no larger than 1 square foot. Cubic foot, you said it was 1 foot of rubble.
no, it's like a couple of feet of rubble on top in like a mound that has like a pool of water coming from it.
Okay. Well, she can instantly clean or soil an
If you
object. with 1
soil
square foot.
something, can you grease it?
Yes.
I'd say no because that's where like creative use of the grease spell comes in.
That's true. That's
Ooh.
true.
Good call.
I don't have the grease spell. Well, she will just aid him in this.
Okay, so if you guys are
Physically.
going for the okay, yep, you can help. So who's doing the digging?
Can we all see
And-
this before
Can
they
we
do
just
this?
see them digging before
Yeah.
they guys,
Mhm.
Because I might have something.
guys, what are you doing?
Yeah, like the more time that this goes on, the higher chances of you guys being discovered.
Okay,
are. But
so
you
she's
guys can
still
stop and
linked
check
with
this.
Dark Dro. She's still linked with Echo. She's gonna tell Echo. Echo, tell Dro to come over here.
Bro's just gonna come over because he's waiting on Seamus to cast his spell.
Yeah, like we're all waiting
Yep,
on
and-
Seamus, and it was like 1, 2, 3, and now we're like,
Yep, and Dro feels like a slap on the face to like, and like a pointing, be like,
And I can see like what's going on.
mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm gonna pull out.
Yeah,
The,
you guys all get the intent here for sure.
I'm gonna pull out the oil slipperiness that I was given and pour it on the ground. So now it's a grease spell.
you know,
Because I can pour it on myself, or I can pour it on the ground to do the grease effect spell.
I could just lift the rocks and
This is
rubble.
quieter.
I don't.
Slide it out.
Okay. Dro comes over. Blip, 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 and it comes out like a bluish greenish water, kind of like slides in between the cracks of the rubble and whatnot. Good use of the item.
Just happened to look
I
at
would
my
give-
inventory.
I will
This
give
isn't
you
flammable, is it?
whoever. Oh, it is absolutely
Oh,
flammable.
is it?
Oh my god!
Yeah, the grease spell is flammable.
It is.
No! I'm like,
Grab it and run.
Yeah.
Yep. So this
We
is
just gotta
this is your
jump right
moment.
here.
Because of
Yeah.
the oil of slipperiness. Whoever is going to grab this thing, you can now do so as a straight athletics roll instead of a disadvantage one,
if
and you have to roll a straight stealth roll to go with it without pass without a trace, because pass without a trace does not apply to the rubble sounds. But I was
Oh.
also going to give you that at disadvantage, so now it's just a straight roll.
so, wouldn't the person I should probably be the one to pull this out?
So quick decision: who's grabbing it?
Alright, well,
Jocelyn.
if I rage and grab this,
You can rage it. You can rage to give yourself
You totally
advantage.
can,
Absolutely.
Alright, I'm like, move. I just tell everyone to move. And
Yeah,
the moment
absolutely.
Dro's getting by the hole. It's a jump.
Yeah, we're all standing by the hole ready to
Yeah,
jump.
she's like, fuck this. I'm tired of waiting. Right?
Okay, Yaslin, give me an athletics check at advantage, and then roll me a stealth check. Normal.
This fucking gun better be
Oh,
worth
that
it.
was
Fucking God.
16 is enough to you kind of like reach in and like it doesn't even scrape your arms so much, and you're raging, so you're resistant piercing damage and or slashing and piercing damage anyways. So you reach your hands and grab it, and so give me a stealth check.
I swear
Yeah,
to God.
and what she rages with is like claws. Like her
Yeah.
nails into claws, so she like really gets a grip on this.
So describe what those claws look like, because you haven't used that form of your rage.
I
ever.
haven't before, and
Nope.
so it's like her normal hands do have a bit of like a tip to the nail, but it's not really distinguished at all, and it's not like protrudes very far from the nail bed. But as she rages, her nails darken and thicken into these like dark black claws that just pierce through this rubble. She yanks back, and I have to roll stealth because
Nice. Nice.
All right. You reach in, yank it out. It comes out very smoothly thanks to the oil. And you don't even have time to check it, but you do so, and like you happen to like yank it out right as like a tree branch in the courtyard falls, and like you hear something kind of like giving away, like, and you do it right then. You yank it out, turn around, and just jump immediately without even looking at the rest of it. You know it's in your hands, and you jump off. Sorry, I'm moving you, Leo. And Kenji's there too. Oh, I think you can get 6 people. So Leo, I assume you're holding Kenji.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you
He
all
just
begin
jumps.
to plummet and fall. And Seamus, you cast your spell?
Yes, I did. I cast it actually just a little bit earlier, but we'll say I cast it right now as a reaction.
This is actually his evil
Okay.
plot to eliminate us all.
I mean, to be fair, if the spell doesn't go off, Yaslin's like instinctually gonna float.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. I'll get myself a token or an icon for this, but you all begin to fall down as you see a rocky, fiery bottom down this dark pit just begin to like come up towards you. You gently substantiate yourselves in the air and begin to drift down to whatever is coming your way, or you're going its way. And that is where we're going to take our break, or our wrap for the evening, folks.
A break.